Oh my god. So I didn't hear the sound alert, I think because the new follow. Also, I'm gonna call you Rin. Thank you for the follow. So I was testing it I was testing it on sound alerts to make sure it was working. I forgot that it shows like that in chat. Oh, also no point in just being on the just talking stream. I totally forgot it showed that. Look, if I'm not following myself, like how can I ask the rest of y'all to... Oh man, how's everybody doing? How's it growing, Evergreens? How's it how we all doing on this very hot and humid, very humid, not summer but almost summer day? Seriously, I swear, we just did not have like a spring. We just it went from winter to like maybe a solid 2 weeks of spring, maybe 2 weeks, and then hot, cold and humid, rainy and wet here. I would take the humid if it was cold. Like I don't mind the humidity if it's cold out. Um, I very much have an issue with the humidity when it is like what 80 degrees or something. My phone's now over there, and it's like 80 degrees or something. Like yeah, I don't have like. Do I have a weather widget set up in here? No, I don't. No, I never did that. Yeah, but it is time. You long awaited. Uh oh, of course, before we get into all that, remember raising money all month for Point of Pride, a um I don't know if specifically a charity organization, but an organization dedicated to if anyone wants to do exclamation point charity and exclamation point charity goals while I'm talking, that'd be helpful. Um organization dedicated to just in the US right now, thank you, Frosty. Providing trans people with healthcare, whether in the form of hormones or otherwise, and just general wellness stuff like helping them financially and whatnot. Obviously, super important to me. Uh, donut link in the. I thought I fixed that spacing issue, but I guess not. Um, actually, don't here. Okay, yeah. Thought I thought I fixed that, but I guess I didn't save it. There we go. Use the link in the command, or did I put it down below? I think I put it. I thought I put it down below. It might just be in the link right now. Or it just might just be in the command right now. I think it's just in the command. We're gonna say it's in the command. We have some very good stretch goals, a lot of which involve hurting me physically or emotionally. So yeah, that's that'll be super duper fun. Um, currently at I'm just checking right now. Currently at $10, which I'm now realizing I never set up like a notification for when people donate. Um, so that's on me. But hey, we're 1/10 of the way there to me finishing Sea of Stars in the DLC, which I finally beat it. I finally beat the main story on my off time on my own time. Like got the true ending and everything, and it's an ending. That's all I'll say. But without further ado, I will I will snooze the ads for a minute. or 5. And Frosty, if you are ready, I will give you a call. If you are ready. Also, Ren, thank you very much for the follow again. You are the 69th follower. Wear that badge with pride. Oh my god, you're huge.
Oh, yes, I am, apparently.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, let me fix this beautiful ass we have in front of us now.
Of course. I mean,
Make sure, make sure they can hear you properly.
need to wear the
But
proper costume.
there you go. I think that's good. I think that's fine.
Hmm. That's fine.
Yep. Yeah. That was courtesy of Midnight, right?
Yes, that is courtesy of
Yeah, she
Midnight.
she did an amazing job.
Midnight, who made a mix between Sailor Scout and Estelle.
Oh my god, it is Estelle's hair. I was wondering what the hair was. Because
So
I'm like, I don't
it's,
remember a Sailor Moon character having that style, but no, yeah, that is just like the cell.
yep, it's Sailor Estelle.
Best still. I understand the name now. Okay.
Perfect.
I understand the name. But yeah. So before we fully get started, how we feeling about the tiers?
I would say the tiers are well made. I mean, it's better than having specifically one for Eustace and Laura. That would be better for character tier list. Um,
That's true. Yeah, for, I was
hmm,
working on this totally not at like 1 o'clock last night.
not as
The almost perfect tier just had Eustace and Laura. Because let's
which would
face
have
it, those
been,
are the best games.
I mean,
Those
yes,
are those are the best.
we'll say that. Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Because they've Eustace and Laura. Everything else, who cares? It is Eustace. It's good.
Yeah. All right.
Hmm.
So all these are pretty self-explanatory. I know you have played everything, but
Everything
just to get
except Nayuta,
these,
but
okay. So neither of us have played Nayuta.
that's correct.
I'm going to put Horizon in there for now.
Yep,
Once we finish everything else, I will ask you where you want to put Horizon. Because I know
sounds good.
nothing. I've only seen the trailer
Yep, and I
and
will
the
put it
little
somewhere
ending bit. Yep.
without saying anything. It will just go where I want it to go.
There we go. Perfect. Everything's on screen.
Indeed, it is.
So all the mainline Trails games except Sky Kai. Um,
Yep,
Mostly because I edited an already existing tier list and I forgot to find an image for Kai. So we want, and plus for it would just be haven't yet played anyway for me at least because you haven't played it yet, right?
I mean Kai no Kiseki is Horizon, so and Sky remake is coming out later this year. So it's hard. And all the Kai versions are also remakes. They did, or not remakes, but remasters, because there are a shit ton of random remasters for the earlier games. It's
Yeah,
everywhere.
like all three trails in both Crossbelt games have like
Yes,
Kai
all
versions.
Sky they have Kai slash Evolve versions, and Crossbow does as well. Um, and those are technically just enhanced versions that were released on the Vita, I think. I also think that Cold Steel 1 and maybe 2 have Kai versions that are Asia only and on the Switch. But
bastards.
they are
Fucked
essentially they
up.
are just the same games, but slightly hotted up, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like the PS4 versions look a little bit better. I mean, obviously compared to the Vita, but I think they had some quality of life stuff, but I don't think anything huge.
And hi, Midnight, I see you in chat.
Yes, High Midnight. We were already talking about how beautiful you made Frosty look,
Mm-hmm.
and how I
Very
totally
beautiful.
realized it was a Sailor Moon Estelle bashed up the entire time. But
I mean, I had to wear the proper costume for the tier list. I had access to it.
of course, Sailor Bestel. All right,
Yes.
so let's let's get into it. How are we feeling about Sky One?
I personally enjoy Sky One a lot,
Mm-hmm.
despite its glacial pacing. That's one of the
Oh my
strengths.
god, yeah.
Like for
Yeah,
me, first chapter is an amazing introduction to the world and just taking it slow one step at a time.
yeah, yeah. I think we can both agree that like all of the older games still hold up very well, right?
That they do.
Yeah, they definitely show their age, especially for someone who has played the liberal and crossbell games after the
Colton,
Arabonia games.
same.
Like they show their age. They show
That
their
they
age.
do. Uh, which, of course, we aren't basing the whole tier list on age or systems necessarily, but maybe more,
Right.
content
Yeah, because
and story and how they fit
yeah,
within the
because like
franchise.
yeah, because like even like older games can. I would argue there's a couple of the older games that are better than some of the more recent ones.
Yes, and there's one older game that will personally for me be on the bottom for reasons, but let's say
I think you and I think you and I have the same opinion on that one.
maybe we'll see. But Sky first chapter is for me almost the highlight of Sky, as weird as it
Really?
sounds. Um, like it's hard to differentiate between first chapter and second chapter because like they are so intertwined.
I guess I don't know. I wouldn't say they're that hard to differentiate. And
I mean, true. One is a build-up, setup game. The other is a payoff.
yeah,
As
what
is
wasn't
Falcom's kind of,
I was saying wasn't their whole thing? I feel like I heard this about Cold Steel 1 and 2, but I think I also heard about it for FC and SE. Weren't they supposed to be like one game, but
yes.
it was just too big, so they had to split? Yeah, okay.
FC and SC was supposed to be one game. Falcom, well, Falcom had some issues in the late 90s, early noughties with like getting things out and being popular, getting money. All the other big RPG studios started doing, big budget, massive games like look at Final Fantasy. Uh, you know, big, lots of visuals and stuff. Falcom went the opposite route. We can show that you don't need all these flashy visuals for a great game. Sky happened. Um, it was supposed to be a full, like, Sky FC and SC was supposed to be one thing, but then they started to run out of money, and the CEO essentially went, "You're releasing this game now." Like,
He's like, this is a good stopping point. Go, just hit
this
the button, hit
works.
the button.
Just release the game. We need cash in, kinda.
Yeah, it's like you want to make you want to make the adopted siblings kiss. We need the cash.
Mhm. So I would
I
say that
hate how that's
FC, for me at least, is in a great tier. Like purely for being, great. I don't know. I have a hard time with tier lists.
No, okay. Now he
Everything
tells
will
me.
go in the same tier. No.
I don't, I want to agree. I, it's at minimum high good. There's
Hmm.
no arguing it is any lower than good.
Low
Because
grade.
but I think that's mostly carried. But I would say that's mostly carried by its writing. As the gameplay is still fun,
Gameplay is fun.
and I
Yes,
do greatly prefer how the court system works compared to the Erebonia games.
that's true. I mean, I love Rockmouth. That's fun.
You love what?
Hmm?
You love what?
Rockmouth. Count your rocks and get
Rockmouth?
figs. Rockmaths.
Rock math. I heard Rockmouth. I'm like,
Close
yeah,
enough.
I mean, I guess you do just shove a
Rockmath.
bunch of quartz into fucking. I was gonna say Tia, but she's not for another couple games.
Olivier. He'll like it.
Yeah, Olivia will like. I mean,
And yes,
he
Midnight.
likes
Flashy
rock
visuals are
shaped things
nice
shoved
and,
elsewhere.
and all be all. That is correct, Midnight. Yes, straight in chat.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. You're good. You're good. Hey, flashy visual. I quick side tangent. I am such a sucker for like really good particle effects. You show me
Fire.
lightning and like really good lightning and fire spells. I'm a sucker.
Like, that's fire.
Like I
Like,
like I like the flashy boom boom
flashy boom. Boom. Big bada boom.
boom boom. But okay, I think I can agree. I think
I would say low grade so that we have some room, and if it ends up being the only thing in great, well, so be it. Like, one
everything else
thing,
perfect.
yes. Uh, but one thing about like trails is also, if you look at the games compared to other RPGs or JRPGs, all Trails games are good games. Like, they are, generally speaking, very good JRPGs.
Yeah.
Like, when I say that a Trails game is bad, I mean within the franchise, never compared to like
Yeah.
everything else that exists.
Yeah, it is the worst of the best.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah. Because again, I think there's one game on here we can both agree is the black sheep of the franchise.
Yes, probably. And that would be Nayuta that we haven't played. Oh, wait.
Yeah. I have like absolutely no idea what this is. You haven't played it. I still know Horizon's gonna be better than it, so we're just gonna.
Yes, I would
Yeah.
say Nayuta is. It's weird. I know that it's more actiony, it's more platformy. It's mostly just trails in name only. Uh,
Like,
Kondo has
is it like actually part of the major timeline, or is it just kind of
not
there?
really. It's just there, at least if we believe Kondo. But we do not believe Kondo.
We said we don't believe the series had.
We do not believe the creator and executive producer and president of Falcom himself when he says things about this series. He has maintained for years that Nayuta is not part of the timeline. It just shares a name. There's no implications in Nayuta that will cross over. But I mean,
But
he's also been the person who said, we are, halfway through the series, or like this will be the last game of this arc, and then 5 more games happened. Um, you know, it's like Kondo who said there will not be another Kurono Kiseki game, and people went, "Yep, no more Calvard. We're done with Calvard." And they are already, making more games with Van. Um, like, okay. Or how Reverie was supposed to be like, we are about 50% through the series. Now that's been accelerated to like
No.
70%. And it's like, okay, you don't know numbers. Good to know.
Okay. I'll be honest. If that is like legitimately 70%, if these are 70% of the way through this franchise, I would kind of be okay with that.
I mean,
There's
facts.
there's a lot of them.
But
I
the
want to.
point is, Kondo cannot be trusted.
Kondo can't be trusted. Okay. Okay.
And yes, there's a black sheep. But we'll get there when we get there.
We'll get there in a minute. Oh my god, another quick tangent, dude. I'm so looking forward for Beyond the Horizon. I'm
So am I.
dreading it when it comes out though. There's too much this fall for me. There's too fucking much.
I
There's too
mean,
there's too many big games.
yes, yes, there is.
It's like, oh my god, they're fucking Sky remake, Beyond the Horizon. I I haven't posted anything, but I was able to get my greedy little mitts on a Switch too. So we have Legends ZA and
Mm,
Prime 4 coming up, and I'm like,
that too,
motherfuckers, I
and
want a
eventually
break.
maybe a Persona 4
Yes, and yeah, Persona 4
remake.
Revival.
Exactly.
I'm
So
like,
like that will maybe come out this year. Who knows? Truly.
am I coming out this year? I still have Persona 3 Reloaded to play through.
Which is a great game. It's the best Persona game. Just saying.
That's what people have told me. I love 5 Royal. I've only played
3 is
4 Golden and
better. Like
I've only played 4 Golden, 5 Base, 5 Royal, so and 4 Ultimax.
so I mean a lot of games.
Yeah, there's so many. There's
Too
so
many
many. I did
games, too
not.
little time.
I was not planning on this on becoming a JRPG streamer solely, but with how many fucking games there are, it might be that.
I mean, I didn't plan on it either. I meant to have some variety, but well,
These games are fucking long.
sure. Yeah. So we're on to
Okay.
Trails in the Sky,
How are,
second chapter.
second chapter. How how are we feeling about I can fix him the game?
Well, I would say mostly it's just more of everything from FC
Mm-hmm.
to a certain extent, at least. Just amped
Mm-hmm.
up to 11, which tends to be, yes, I can fix him the game. That is correct.
Yes, Midnight. That is that
That
is
is essentially
com-
the cliff notes of
that is
second chapter.
it's a like watered down to nothing explanation of the entire game, but it's not inaccurate.
It's not inaccurate, though. That's surprisingly accurate for being a one sentence explanation of the game. Um, I would say there are certain chapters that are low points in SC compared to FC.
Like, which chapters you thinking?
Well, I would say a certain chapter with a certain blackout happening. I know it's thematically appropriate, but like, please don't just kill all the gameplay systems for story reasons.
So I'm trying to remember.
The arc has appeared. There's a big, shutdown phenomenon going on. Your arts are useless.
Oh,
Run around
yeah,
Earth
yeah.
3.
Like one of the major.
You know,
But I blacked that out. I blacked that out from memory. Shit.
like there are some low points, but that's just Falcom. Sometimes they have some incredibly weird.
Yeah.
They take a very weird direction and go a bit too
I
hard on it.
I
but it works out.
it works out. Like
Like it is
I'm in
thematically
the
appropriate,
boat of
but it's
I don't
annoying.
hate that section too much. Like it made some characters completely worthless because of my builds for them.
I mean, yes, looking at our healers.
Hmm. But I don't know. I kind of
But I would say SC definitely goes above FC. The question is, would it go in almost perfect or in a high grade?
my my opinion is almost perfect. I I don't think SC, and I have this opinion about Horizon Forbidden West as well. I don't think they are perfect games, but I think they are perfect sequels.
That we can agree on. So I guess almost perfect it is. Where in almost
Yeah,
perfect, we will see.
we will see. But yeah, I definitely think SC, despite how early on it is one of the like is one of the peaks of the franchise. Like I don't think it's downhill from there, but it is definitely
That
one.
tends
I
to be
think
the
it's definitely
case
one of
with
the
payoff
peaks.
games. We can say that
Yeah,
much.
yeah. And we'll see that once or two more times
Yeah,
in the coming
probably.
games.
Um, so,
On to Trails from Zero. So what are we thinking?
yes, of course. Onwards to Trails in the Sky the
From
Third.
all right, no, we got to talk about it.
Yes, the
Sky the
Black Sheep,
Third, the
so to
Black Sheep.
speak. I am of the opinion that it is the worst Trails game,
1000%.
despite absolutely loving Reverie. But that's also because I think Reverie is a 2.0 of what Trails in the Sky the Third tried to do, and Reverie
Okay.
does it a lot better, if that makes sense.
No, I get what you're saying. Like it doesn't have
Like the
the same
problem,
thing in name, but it has the same thing.
it is the same kind of idea of being a very much like fan servicey game with a lot of like small little stories that are just there to expand on lore or characters, but it does it better. Uh, Sky the Third, the good points are, all the lore, all the character, all the doors you can find.
Yeah, the doors were. It is a
And the
great world
story,
building game.
yes, it's a great world building game. The story is good. It's just that gameplay. That they
It's just
removed a lot of the gameplay. They just dumbed it down a lot. That drags down the third so much.
it really, and it's also just plot wise, it's also just nothing.
That's true. Like
Like I don't
overarchingly, like the main
like
plot itself doesn't necessarily do much. It's all the
I
doors
can't
that does.
think I can't think of anything that happens other than characters like Jin calling back to it here and there.
Yeah,
Um,
there are
I
some
can't think of
people
anything
calling
that
back to it too.
happens that affects the plot at all.
So, let me think. No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
It's
like,
mostly just callbacks to like Phantasma. Since it's a face space, it doesn't necessarily,
yeah.
impact much. We get some information on like
I mean,
artifacts. It's more for the
Arthur's
lore.
Kevin, like it has a lot of great character moments. Like Kevin goes through like a good character arc, I would say, throughout
Mhm.
the course of it. Just coming to terms of like some of the stuff he's done and also I should have said this at the top. Major spoilers for all of these games. Like I
Yes,
think all of them have been out far enough that we can say shit spoiler free. Um, but yeah, like
major spoilers for
it's
everything but Horizon. Hmm, Good, done.
yeah, 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 yeah. Obviously, but Horizon because I haven't played it yet, so
But yes, Kevin.
won't remember all the spoilers.
I mean, that's
Goodbye.
true, Midnight. You won't.
You
It's
won't. By the
fine. You
time you
can be here.
finish,
Um,
By the time you get to SC, you're not gonna remember any of the shit.
Like the third, it has a lot of good character moments. It has a lot of good world building and lore, and of course, Stardor fucking 15. That is
Oh,
so horrifying,
yeah,
but also great.
that's Ren's,
Yes, that
right?
is Ren.
Yeah.
That is the one that made my partner go, "Is this horror?" No, no, it's not.
Nope, it's just traumatizing a child.
Something like that. Multiple times over. In multiple different ways. Because that's what you do. Um,
Hmm.
but despite all these good moments, I would put third kind of squarely in just meh. Because of like how they just
That's
remove all the NPCs, they remove all the like exploration, like you don't get a sense for the world.
yeah. Like for anybody that was here that watched the Daybreak 2 playthrough, like it's just the
It's just Immersion Garden,
uh
but
yeah, it's just American Garden. It's literally just that, and like a
oh,
little
let's
hub
go.
world.
Yep.
But it hurts me because of how good like all the character stuff is, but I
Yes.
can agree with meh
Like
because like it's good character stuff. Like it
it's
is real
great.
good shit.
Everything is great, but the gameplay and like the design.
Yeah,
It's just all the design issues drag all the good things down. Like I'm one of those people who would almost just say, if you don't feel like the third is a game you have time for or want to play, watch a playthrough. That's fine.
even just read a synopsis. Like
So,
watch like find a clip,
watch the
find a
doors
video of all the doors.
and a
Get a
little
tissue box
synopsis
for
of
15
Kevin.
because you're
Like,
gonna cry.
because Kevin is amazing. Kevin is Kevin. Like,
Kevin is great. I'm really looking forward to him coming back.
oh yes. That's like, mm, finally, Falcon does something with our spiky haired
Finally,
people
Kevin remembers him, or Falcom remembers Kevin.
for once in their life.
Oh man, there was I forget where it was. It might have been like an art book or something. But for anyone that doesn't know Kevin, again, we're here for the Daybreak 2 video. You remember Leon and Celise, two of the Gralsritter, two of the strongest members of the church? Kevin is one of them.
Yes,
Many years
he
ago,
is.
Falcom released a piece of art that showed all the Gralsritter we knew up to that point.
That was in
They
Daybreak
forgot
2
Kevin.
specifically. They
That was in
patched
which
him
one?
in.
Yeah. Yeah,
Daybreak
they had
2,
a
they
patch
showed
Kevin.
him like when they
They had a
show,
patch.
I think it's when they show Gaius and Leon and Celise like that little picture of all the Gralsritter in Daybreak 2, they had forgot Kevin. Something like
Yep.
that. Or if
Hey,
it was
Vic.
Daybreak 1. One of the Daybreak games, they forgot Kevin completely.
Yeah. It was.
Lurk well.
Oh. Not only was he a super fucking important character in SC, he's the main character of third.
Yep.
They totally forgot a main
He's
character.
I mean, he's even forgotten by like parts of the fandom when people make their tier lists of like best main character. Like, where's Kevin?
Yeah, where's Kevin? He had one
You
game
remember
and
C,
it's
but you can't remember Kevin,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
which is
Alright.
I don't know how he's so forgettable.
I'm not. I think people just forget third.
True,
I think that is the thing. People just forget third, and unfortunately, Kevin is so intrinsically tied to that game.
true. That is very true.
Doesn't excuse doesn't excuse the fact that again, very important character in second chapter straight up gets the final kill on the big bad guy by turning him into salt.
Which, funnily enough, Falcom has made a meme of at least once.
They made. What do you mean they made a meme of it?
There was a like low sodium awareness day or something in Japan.
No.
Had posted a picture of
That's
like
fucked up. That's funny. That's fucked up.
something like that. I can't remember. It was a few years ago, but it is kind of what did I just see?
That's super fucked up. It's super hilarious. Oh my god. All right. Now on to, I would argue, another peak of the franchise, Zero.
Zero, I would say personally, is not necessarily my favorite. I am much more partial to Asher.
Okay.
For me, Zero is a bit too like. I know I love FC.
Mhm.
Zero is just trying to do the same, which is fine. It's the first game of an arc. They need to set up, they need to build up, but Zero can be a bit forgettable at times because of it. Especially like the whole main conflict and villain of the game is a bit just you exist. Despite the cult
Really?
being so important. Uh,
So important.
yes.
Again, as we saw on Daybreak 2. Fuckers
Yeah.
won't die.
Oh, they will never die. No, that's correct. Uh, but like, I'm weird like that. I don't know why, but Zero is just a bit. Some things are just missing, I guess, for me personally.
Nah, I would. We're like that. Yeah, listen to Midnight. You're unique.
Okay, I'm unique like that.
But also, being weird here is a compliment. Like, normal's no
And
fun.
yes, no
Like,
one
be
is normal,
weird, be
but like,
crazy.
but it's just
No one
don't
is
exactly
normal.
know.
Everyone. When everybody's weird, no one will be.
Okay, I'm normal like that. Oh. But
When
Zero to me is like something is just missing for me. I'm not sure what.
I firmly disagree on that one. I I legitimately think Zero is more or less a perfect package, or a complete package rather. I think the additions they did to the art system were great. I the main and this is true. This is gonna be true for most of the games for me. I think all of them really. There was not a single member of the main cast I dislike. I think
Fine.
everybody was so incredibly well written. Everyone was properly proportionate at this time. No one had insane bust sizes, for example.
Now that will come later because there's something in
Poor
Crossbow
Ellie.
Water. Uh,
Poor
poor
Ellie.
Ellie, poor Risha. Uh,
Poor Rish. Poor Rish. The back problems. My God.
I mean, Risha is just still the favorite thing. Is purely how it seems like the character designer person at Falcom just went, "Oh no, I maxed out the slider." Um, and for the next game, they've increased the slider and they maxed it out again and again
Look,
and again.
we let an AI have control of the slider, and it's a horny bastard. We don't know what to tell you.
And the best part about it is probably that no one at any point stopped to consider what this does to the fucking physics of the model. The amount of
They go
times that Risha tries to just cross her arms and her
and they
model
just
just
smack her in the
physically
face.
can't because like her chests are just pushed to the side or up or she's starting to like slowly just clip through her own breasts, is amazing.
It's insane.
Like,
It makes you wonder how she hid under that cloak for as the assassin for so long. I was like,
mhm,
that's some real ninjutsu techniques.
that too. Hmm. And no, I mean, you do have to just midnight. That is correct. Like,
Yeah. No,
they are a thing. They exist. They impact
like
things you do.
look, even going from fucking out of myself here, even going from a flat chest to a not big chest, you gotta adjust how you do things. There is so when you go from like an average size chest to fucking what triple M's for Risha, shit does not work.
No, it does not.
Shit does not work the way you think it does.
Like, it's just so fun how like it's just getting worse and worse though. It's like, when will you stop? She's soon going to just float off.
I mean, to be fair, Risha has the fucking abs to do that.
Yes.
Like, girl is
Uh,
fit.
that she is.
We're freaking praised to keep herself free.
But like, yeah, I mean, Zero is to me probably a great game, but not necessarily almost perfect. Because for me, Asher takes the top spot of Crossbow. Uh,
Ooh,
but
I
I do
actually
agree
don't.
that the SSS is all well rounded. And most of the characters in Crossbow are great people.
Yeah, honestly, I can't remember. I can't remember his name. I can't remember any of the most of the villain's name to be honest. But I honestly think the villain is one of the best in the series too. Like, full
Mm,
stop.
I do
Like
not agree, but that's I.
to my thing is to have to set up like a something as heinous and sinister and later on and
Well,
going forward
if
important
we're
as
talking
the
about,
DG call.
I would say that I definitely prefer the villain of Asher, the one that is behind the whole, or was behind, whose family was behind the whole cult. I seem to have a
Wait, am I
soft
getting my
spot for the
villains?
third Anguist.
I might hold on. I might be getting my villains mixed up. Hold on a second. Wales,
In Zero, it is Dr. Günther. The
okay,
doctor
yes,
at
him.
the hospital.
Right.
Meanwhile, technically, the ones who have been pulling the strings in Crossbell for like hundreds of years since the like start of the cult is the Croy family. Like, that's why in Asher, Maria Bell is evil and we love her for it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I totally
Like
forgot it was. I remember Maria Bell and oh my god, the lawyer's name.
Ian, Ian Grimwood,
Ian, I
Mr.
remember
Grim.
them
Yes.
turning. I totally forgot about fucking Dieter. No, okay, yeah, no, hold on.
But like
I'm. Oh, my opinion might be switching from remembering that. Yeah, no, but yeah, because you. Ah, fuck.
Zero is
Because like,
very much just set up, set up, set up, and you very much need Asher to complete the whole like thing because they are also again so intertwined, so like pulling on each other's
I
strengths. Uh,
I would argue Zero doesn't feel like setup. I think in hindsight it does, but I think playing through Zero,
so it
it
doesn't
doesn't
feel like
feel
setup
like
because it's
setup. It
very self-contained in a way until you get to
yeah.
Asher and get all the like, oh shit moments.
Yeah, it's like I think it's much more self-contained like Sky or So
Yes,
especially Cold Steel
it's a
was.
bit like Daybreak 1.
Hmm.
It's very self-contained, but like here's the conclusion to everything. Anyway,
Well, no, I
even
mean
though
honestly,
Zero and
I
Azure does it
wouldn't
better.
fully. I don't. I'll talk about it more when we get to Daybreak, but I wouldn't say Daybreak is fully like that at all because like
I mean, it isn't
from the
here,
start they
but
set up
Zero
as
isn't
the
either.
main. I would say for Daybreak, like they set up from the start, like our main goal is to get 8 Genesees. By
And
the
you
end of
get
it, it's
most of
like
them, but it's still more
we have
self-contained
7.
compared to something like Cold Steel 1 and 2 or Cold Steel 3 and 4, FCSC. Uh, like, they're still decently self-contained.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Zero, you don't conclude that either, because Asher immediately starts with, we're trying to arrest the remnants of the cult. We didn't stop them completely.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all,
Okay.
semantics.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. 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 I can. All right. I'm willing to concede to
Great
high
above
grade.
FC.
Like it is. I would argue it is so close to this. It is at worst insanely close to almost perfect.
I mean, fair. And we have Asher,
And then we have Azure, which is God
which
for
is
as much for as, like Zero had some gut punches. Azure has some fucking gut
Zero
punches.
is great. Asher is Zero on steroids.
Oh my god. Azure is, hey, we made you fall in love with this gang of characters. We're gonna put each of them through so much emotional turmoil, you don't know what you're gonna fucking
Mm-hmm.
do.
Not only that, but also like, just amping everything up to 11. It's just
Yeah,
Asher is
like
such a
introducing
conclusion to the Crossbell arc.
introduces the Aeons to the world, like
Introducing Master Quartz into the systems.
oh right, Azure did introduce Master
Not
Quartz
to
first. Fuck.
mention, it also has the introduction of the singular best minigame of all time.
You are just fucking obsessed with Palm Party.
Pum Pum Party, go! I love Pum Pum Party,
It is just Puyo Puyo. You know that, right? It's just Puyo Puyo.
but it isn't.
It
It
literally
is
is, my
slightly
guy.
different. But Pum Pum Party is amazing, okay?
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying. Like, I love Pom Pom Party too.
I take it to weird degrees.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the posts
Do I have Reverie installed purely for Pum Pum Party?
for Pom Pom.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I can't even finish more things in Reverie. I've cleared out the whole achievement list. There's nothing in game I can do
It's like
except Pom Pom Party.
you are so insane for.
I was
I'll,
poor.
I'll talk about it more, but you are so insane for doing all the things you have done in Reverie.
Yes.
And I mean that as a compliment. I mean that as a full fledged compliment.
That was a bit over the top, but yes. But I would say Asher directly to almost perfect.
Yeah, no, there is no question. Like we'll talk about it a bit more, but there is no question Azure is not almost perfect. Like zero hesitation over that one.
That's like not even contestable.
But yeah, like again, like Zero and Azure are not in a negative way, not even like in like it's not even completely accurate, but are just FC and SC again. But they show how much the team has like
Yes.
improved from doing
It's very
two.
much the same kind of structural idea to it, and very much, setup payoff, which is generally
Yeah,
how Falcom makes their games. Like, I say, yep,
yeah.
it is the same, but on another level.
Like, like with how FC definitely hints at Joshua having had like some kind of rough past or potentially turning a lot more obviously, I would say.
Mm.
There is like to the best I've only played through these once, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's any real hint in Zero that Dieter is the like mastermind behind everything.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
I think there may be a few like hints if you look way too closely at things and could
Yeah.
pick up on some
Yeah. And
clues here and there, but nothing like it's not one of those moments where Falcom went, this is obvious, we're just pretending like it's hidden. They went with, no, no. You will know when the time is right.
yeah. Yeah. It's like for because I faced Maria Bell in Cold. I
Uh,
think it's Cold Steel 4
yep,
because you only
or
see Ellie and them from like waving to you as you go
yep,
by them in 3.
that's correct.
So going into 0, I was like, okay, when's the shoe dropping?
Mhm.
When is the shoe dropping? I saw the puppets. I'm like, okay,
Oh, there it
when's it
is.
happening?
I see.
It doesn't happen until Azure, and I'm like, oh, they actually held on to this for a good while,
Oh,
and
yes, they did.
it doesn't
And it's
feel
a
like they just
mainstay.
merely went. Oh, it doesn't feel like they went. Okay, who would be like a good villain for the cast? It's like
It's
soon as Dieter turns, it's like, oh, wait a minute, like
it's and
everything
as soon as
connects.
Maria Bell backstabs her father, you go again. Oh wait, this makes even more sense.
Yeah, yeah, it's like, oh shit,
Like
oh shit.
that's why I am perfectly fine with people who play this series order. Yes, there is of course a preferred play order, but as long as you play the arcs, you know, as they should be played. Like if you play Cold Steel
Yeah,
1, continue onward, finish the arc, that's
yeah,
fine. Don't jump around, start with Cold Steel 3. Uh, that would be
yeah.
questionable. Because that's the thing. You can
Mm,
always go back and just fill in all the like things afterwards.
yeah. And there's always at least like 3 characters in the room when they're talking about like some big event from a previous game going,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck are you
Wait.
talking about? And it gets explained decently well.
Yep.
So like it never so like starting in a later arc never feels like it's
There's only one game I would say you should absolutely 100% not start with whatsoever, and that would be Reverie.
no, yeah, Reverie is absolutely like I would say
That
Cold Steel
means
4 as well.
yes, it's Cold Steel 4 and Crossfell 3 combined.
Yeah. It's
You
like
need those other games to appreciate
you
it to the
like
fullest.
Cold Steel 4 wraps more or less wraps up everything from the Burl, Crossbell, and Erebonia's arcs. Reverie wraps up that wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you will not understand how insane it is in Cold Steel 4 specifically for Estelle, Lloyd, and Reen to all be in the same room as each other. Like you will not get that. I did not fully get that because I didn't play uh Sky and the Sky and Crossbell games when I played that.
I think I
Like
watched
going
some recaps quickly before starting Cold Steel 3
yeah,
because I
like
couldn't be
going back
bothered.
and
to
Like,
stop and play all the other games first.
I definitely think the Trail series is so good. Whether you play with the two exceptions, the most recent games first, or start from the very beginning, because they do such a good well of just explaining the previous things, because they know like,
I
especially till
know it's a big
recently, like the
series. Like,
past, like the past 5 years or so, the Crossbell games weren't available officially in English.
mhm.
Like those were all uh Geofront translations,
Yep.
which I will take 1 point away from the official release for Azure, and they did not keep the best Randy line Geofront gave him.
Yes, I know. They
They didn't.
didn't.
They This ain't a bra moment. I don't know what it. They
It's
robbed
also
us
harsh,
of
I
that
guess. I
line.
mean, yes. Uh, I don't necessarily care too much that they didn't include it. I mean,
No, that is peak Randy. That was him to.
they should have
Um.
kept it in a chest somewhere, though, or something
Oh my
stupid.
god. Fucking.
I
What's
miss
his
my
English
chest.
VA's name? I'm drawing a
It's
blank.
Jonas Scott, isn't it?
Jonas Scott. Thank you. Also, no, I forget his streamer name, but he's also like another streamer.
Ah, I don't.
Um. Like he even calls out that line during a like a cast interview for
Mm.
Reverie. It was like, I've only seen a clip, but it's like, what's your favorite line? It's like, it's not in any, like, I never got a chance to voice it, and it's not official, but it's like, this ain't a bra moment. I don't know what is. And it's like, yes, even Jonas Scott says it's peak. Because like, it's like even especially with the context, because it's when fucking
Yes,
It's when Blue Block somehow
when
gets
Blue
an
Blanc
entire statue in the mayor's bedroom
because
with
you
no one
know,
noticing. So it's
we
like that is
Blue Blanc. How do you do this? Who
Blue Block.
knows?
I miss him. I love I love our girl failure, Phantom Thief, and Daybreak 1 and
But
2,
she
but
ain't the Blue Blanc.
she ain't Blue Blanc. We need Grimcat versus Blue Blanc
Hmm.
in Horizon. We need it. I want it.
No, you mean?
Out Phantom thiefing each other.
Hmm. That would be perfect, but who knows? Only time will tell.
But
How apt, right?
perhaps, hopefully. No, back to Azure. I'm saying above SC.
I would say above SC as well. Azure
Yeah.
is
One
chef's kiss.
like
It
as
is.
like again, like Sky Games fucking amazing.
Hmm.
Crossbell is the Sky Games when they've had more experience.
Yes. And that's the sad thing about like both SC and Azure that you go, these are some of the greatest JRPGs. You just have to sit through the first games as well. Sure, they're good games, but like they
Yeah.
don't hold a candle. I mean,
No,
also Midnight. That's also true for Suikoden. I will say Suikoden 1, good game. Suikoden 2, amazing. Like it's the same idea here. Now you also are in on the idea we're going for.
yeah. But I would say that's also not even a detriment to FC and Zero, because
Mm,
I think it's perfectly. I think it is amazing if a franchise gets better as it
better as
goes.
it goes. Yeah.
Right.
And
I
you got
don't think that
distracted and then you heard
continues
Suikoden.
for the
Yes,
next two
Midnight.
arcs, but oh, I'm sorry, I talked over you. What was that?
I asked Red what Midnight said. That Midnight got distracted. See, Suikoden, and that's
Sneak it in.
A-okay. Suikoden.
Yeah.
Suikoden. Suikoden. No? Okay.
Okay. So any closing thoughts on Azure before we move on to
Asher good.
Erebonia? Azure good.
IP
Azure
amazing.
very very good. Um, honestly, and this also ends the end of this style of Trails
Yep.
game, because they are no longer
Goodbye
PC, like low
to
end PC
sprites.
games. Yeah, ported to the Vita. Like they become full 3D models, start on the Vita, eventually move to main console.
Yep. Move from Vita
Um,
to PS3 and then PS4. And
mhm.
now PS4, PS5. And back on Switch. Uh,
And back on PC.
and back on PC. Well, they've all
Yeah.
been on PC, but
Okay. So I'm going to call out my bias right now.
so will
Cold
I.
Steel 1 and 2 are where I started.
I start with Cold Steel 1, and I will say one thing. If this was a intro tier list, Cold Steel 1 would be an absolute perfect. Nothing else would come close. Good. But now we're talking the games fully.
Yep.
And
I
Retcon.
want to put I really want to put Cold Steel and Almost Perfect. Like
Cold
below
Steel
Azure and
1,
SC.
yes, I agree. I
Well, that's the
do.
end of that. No.
I love the setup games quite a lot. And Cold Steel is just, I mean, yes. Sure, we are both biased, but like, yes, it's almost perfect. I love it.
Yeah, it is.
It isn't Azure or SC, but that's because, like,
It is
well,
not. But for an intro to a whole new cast, for an intro to the biggest initial cast in the
mhm.
franchise, for every
And
character to come off
for what has also
incredibly
been the
well
big
written.
bad, like so far,
Yes,
Livonia,
we
like,
will get into the big bads in a second. But for all the main cast to be insanely unique, insanely diverse, well, not diverse, but insanely distinct, everybody's well written and likable, even, and I'm sorry to call out your boy on this, even for as much of an asshole as Eustace was at the beginning,
I mean, I would say that's mostly because Machias is one.
they were both dickheads. They fueled each
I
other, but they were both
mean,
dickheads.
eh,
I
and
think
then
Machias is a
well
little
written,
bit. Oh, no, I wouldn't.
almost
No, I'm not
everyone
even
is
gonna say
well
that.
acted. There's
Yeah,
one singular character that is absolutely not well acted, and it has destroyed my, well, like for said character.
which character?
Million.
Really? You have a problem with Milia?
Mm-hmm.
I fucking look like even before
Ashley Bird.
was it Ashley Birch at the beginning
Yep,
or
it was in the beginning, and she's
yeah?
so grating and annoying. Cold
I
Steel 1 and
fully
2
disagree. I think she is a
Million is
bundle
too
of
much.
joy and energy.
Mm, Cold Steel 1 and 2 Million is too much. 3 and 4 is better. A bit more toned down. Not as,
Well, yeah, and four, she's a sword.
I mean, yes, but like, and Reverie, I guess. Um, like, I prefer the newer voice actor a lot more.
I completely disagree. I think both are
But
good.
I'm also aware that
I
Million is a divisive character.
yeah.
Altina
I don't
wins
think
over
there's
Million anyway, so it's fine.
I feel I will I we this is where the battle to the death this is where the death match
Apparently
starts, I
so.
guess. I fucking loved Milliam from point one, and I normally hate like the insanely bubbly like
Yes, Team
like like
Deathmatch.
like Team Deathmatch. I normally hate like her kind of characters in an otherwise like very serious game,
Mm.
but I absolutely love what she did for Eustace. Like a
As long
big
as
reason
we
Eustace got
do not
softer.
try to state any kind of relationship here that isn't just sibling like.
No, they're 1000% older brother, younger sister.
Yes, thank
1000%.
you.
Nothing
There's
past
way
that.
too many people
Nothing
in the
past that.
fandom that goes, "Oh my god, relationship." No.
Like I understand the want to ship them. Wait for another 10 years.
And I say, wait forever.
Yeah. Like I understand the appeal. I do not
Because
agree
Ulysses
with
is
that.
taken by Machias.
Yes, Eustace and Machias, absolutely, 1,000%. I'm not even fully joking on that one. That's 1,000%. But
As much as Rin
no,
is
yeah,
taken by
they are
Poe. So,
absolutely
you know.
big brother, younger sister.
Hmm. And the same is
But
true.
yeah,
I will still die on this hill. That is also true for Agatha and Tita. Well, Agatha. Tita, she has her own thing going on, but like,
yeah. Tita has a young girl crush.
yes, and
You
Agatha is
know,
purely like, you are a substitute for dead little sister.
yeah. No, that is
And
too complicated. I don't.
everyone else instead goes, oh my god, he loves her. No, or yes, but no.
Yes, not in the way you think though.
And
Like
that's also true with the fandom itself, where people go, Agatha is such a creep. No, he's not. He's a big brother. There's
he's
nothing.
a big he's a big brother who keeps getting shipped with his younger sister, and
Yes,
it's like
you're blaming the
yeah.
victim here. Like, he's grooming her. No, she is grooming herself.
She is grooming him.
That too. A bit like how people have issues with Musei in the same way. It's like, but Reen isn't grooming her. She
Reen
is
is also
grooming him.
2 years older.
That
Like
too.
major difference.
That too. But like
Like
power
like
differences and stuff, and it's like,
no, yeah, there's
she has
absolutely
more
like
power than he has.
oh my god, yeah, you're right. She has so much more sway.
Like, she's the
Like
one
I
doing the grooming here.
yeah, like she is like again major spoilers for Cold Steel 3 and 4. She is like royalty. She is
Yeah.
high up there on the political pole. Reen has a lot of clout.
But like,
Musée is also able to play like 6D chess.
mm-hmm. So it's like, it's just weird how people are always so defensive about certain stuff, or like so
Yeah, no.
aggressive against certain characters. And it's like, did you even try to
Yeah, like
read
have we
the
did we play the same
subtext?
game? Did we understand the story?
Do we
Like
understand the
how we
characters
doing this?
here? No, okay.
How are we talking about this?
But back to Cold Steel 1, maybe.
Ghost Steel 1.
I would definitely put it in almost perfect, at least,
I would too. I
because
would
I
too.
love it.
I think it is below S.
I would say
Am I
blue.
insane if I want to put it above SC?
I would say above SC, but definitely not above Asher.
Definitely not above Azure. Like
But
if SC, well, I'm honestly, if when we eventually get an SC remake, because there's no
then
way they're just
things may
doing
be different.
FC.
Correct.
Yeah, things may be different because they'll be able to like fix a lot of stuff that
Mm-hmm.
holds SC back, which is mainly just gameplay.
Yep,
And like that's not even a negative to SC. It's just it came out when it came out. They the style was what it was.
that's true.
Um, an SC remake that fixes the gameplay would absolutely be above Cold Steel.
Yep, because Cold Steel is
And
also getting a bit dated because 3D,
yeah,
early
a
3D kind
Vita,
of dates, and
yeah,
Vita 3D.
yeah,
Like,
Vita 3D, like very small cartridge size,
mm,
killed the battery. Well, that's the Vita in general.
but again, it's Cold Steel. Like, I do enjoy Cold Steel a lot as well, especially coming back to it after having played Liber, because of how Erebonia is portrayed in both Liberal and Crossbow games.
Yeah,
As the big, scary, bad, evil empire. A lot of Trails is propaganda, and I love it.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like
Like it
reading the
is.
different, uh, reading the newspapers or books, and you can see like so many different sides to all the stories. You see certain things being portrayed from both sides, and it's like, you are contradicting each other.
Yeah. Also, a good thing to point out: the timeline literally goes Sky 1 through 3,
Hmm.
0 and Azure take place at the same time as Cold Steel's 1 and 2.
Yep,
So when you
roughly.
play through either game and you go back and play the other, you see the same shit happen from different sides, and it's a very different point of view.
Like it's Cold Steel 1, Cold Steel 1 starts Asher chapter 2, I think, or if it's chapter 3 ish. Or, well, that's when the prologue starts. So it's the end of Zero, start of Asher that Cold Steel takes place.
Let's just look it up real quick.
Because Cold Steel opens on Guerrilla Fortress as the trade conference is going in Crossbow. And I cannot for the life of me remember which chapter is the trade conference, which is probably one of my favorite chapters.
So it goes Trails in the Sky,
Yep.
SC. Because, yeah, Sky's over the course of like 2 months.
Yep.
2 or 3 months. Or,
And then SC is a bit
yeah,
longer.
FC is a bit longer. Third is really like a day.
Yes,
But yeah, it
ish, but that's
goes.
because special circumstances.
Mm,
Oh, I
oh, yeah.
see. Chapter 2, I
Uh,
see.
both happen in March of it
Okay,
doesn't
yeah.
of 1203.
I just remember when the first part of the prologue starts, which is Asher,
I
exactly.
forgot.
Chapter 2 must
Yeah,
be
yeah,
a trade conference.
that's right. Yeah, yeah, because when do the railway cadence happen? Because that
that
is Cold
Yeah,
Steel 1.
that's the one. That's during the trade conference because
Oh,
the
I thought that was
Liberation Front,
no, yeah, because that's where they declare independence.
roughly, yes, and then
Yeah, yeah,
end
Signs and
of Cold
Omens.
Steel 1, like the finale, is when Guerrilla Fortress ends. And then we go into
Right,
Cold Steel
right.
2 more or less immediately after and see the big
I still need to watch
ice
Northern
crystal.
more.
No, you don't.
Not whole, don't tell me that. But then yeah, then it's back to just a straight shot.
Is what I say about Northern War. If someone says, I need to watch it, I say, no, you really don't. Let's
But I
just forget
wanna.
anything that isn't made by Falcon.
Mhm.
The gacha is bad, the anime is equally not necessarily the greatest.
Oh, that's a shame. This is a great premise, seeing Reen from the side of
Yeah, it
not the
is a
good
great
guys.
premise, but the execution is a bit all over the place.
Oh, that's a shame.
So I mean, watch it. It's short. It's fine, but don't expect much. Don't expect miracles. Have you ever seen anything of the Sky OVA?
The Loa versus Joshua fight. That's it.
Because that's equally like very bad. The OVA is amazing. It's hilariously terrible.
Oh yeah, I like they I've like read on like I like briefly read up on like they
mhm.
like cut a lot of stuff, change some things.
I mean, they cut the main antagonist of the whole fucking Sky game.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot the professor,
What do you
yeah.
mean? Should Weissman show up? No, 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 no. We don't need that.
Alright, then what about Kevin? Nah, fuck him. Anybody's already forgot about him.
It's like hilariously bad. I've watched it like once. I also watched Northern War, which is also like that's not even hilariously bad. That's just
Oh,
questionable
I'll
at
still
best.
probably watch it.
Yes, you will because we like
I'll eat
trailers.
a I'll eat a special gummy snack I got in
That's fine.
and give it a watch. No, I gotta watch. I gotta finish Gundam G-Clocks first. I'm like all the way behind on that.
It's like, well, it is what it
Good
is.
time to be a Gundam fan. All right, now how are we feeling about Cold Steel 2?
I think it is probably, personally at least, the worst of the Cold Steel games.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, we gonna have some very different opinions.
Because I do prefer Cold Steel 4 to Cold Steel 2, since those two are more or less, the
We
same
are gonna have some
company.
very different opinions.
Apparently so. Uh, to me, Cold Steel 2 would probably just fall in like, okay, it exists.
Okay, I'm gonna sound like a fucking crazy person then.
Uh huh.
I think it goes just underneath Cold Steel 1.
I
I think it
do not
goes
agree.
just underneath Cold Steel 1.
And I do not agree because multiple reasons.
Which are?
Uh, partially that the villain is very, very weak. Like, most of the story is just kinda not there. Because, like, there's not much happening despite a lot happening at the same time.
Okay.
Like, does anyone care about Duke Cayenne? No.
I mean, I feel like that's looking back on it though. I mean,
No,
because
even
at the time, Duke
gameplay,
Cayenne
like,
is like,
you
oh
kinda
shit,
just
Osborn's like
not
the leader of
that.
the opposite faction's dead.
Hmm.
Like this dude has all the power in the country right now.
But he's also doing
And
absolutely nothing with it and squandering every potential. Like, he's kind of weak. Not as weak or bad as Daybreak. Villain, main villain, who is literally a pile of who the fuck cares. But like,
yeah,
compare the villains that we've had. Like, look at Mariabel, look at Weissman, look at Günther, look at the Imperial Liberation Front. Cayenne is just. I started the Civil War for no real reason. And I
the
didn't even
reason
start
is
it.
he doesn't want to let go of the past. The whole thing is that he doesn't want to give him to the changing times.
Yes, and there are other characters that are the same, but better. Like,
I
Cayenne is just, I would say he's poorly written and badly, like, implemented. I do understand his ideals and the motivations that should drive him in the story, but it's just so poorly implemented that it's like hurting him as a villain. Everything we see is mostly as driven what Rufus is doing or what Eustace's father is doing, more than what Cayenne is doing. He barely gets any screen time in the game where he's the actual villain. Until the finale.
mm,
The fake
okay.
finale, rather.
The fake finale. I will say I do have a major problem with Cold Steel too, in that for me it was the start of Falcom can't kill off a fucking character to save their life.
That's true. Looking at the comics.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with Osborne though because of what we learn
That's
later. I'm
fair
okay.
because that's
I'm
I'm
Everyone else
okay.
should be dead.
No, no, I'm okay with the so-called immortal, like the ones
Yeah.
that do have a, if you have a, I forgot word. What's the word? What are they called? Divine Knight. That's the word. Like, I understand that the Divine Knights can keep their Awakeners alive, or that you
Right.
can come back to life, because that serves a narrative specific point.
Oh yeah, the Awakeners, no problem.
I'm fine with
Everybody else,
Osborne, with Liane, with, well, Rutger is a bit of a you were dead, but then technically resurrected. Become an awakener, but it's
yeah, it's
fine
like,
because of the narrative reason behind this of being, I cannot die purely because I needed for the story. And it's so heavy-handed that it works.
yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, I have a problem more with people cheating death for no real reason than when they do it for a
No,
specific reason.
yeah. I'm gonna say it. I love Laura. Favorite character. She is my wife. Her father should be in a coffin. There's no
Yes, probably
Olivier at
suicide.
least lost an arm. No,
No, he
Victor
lost
lost
an
an
arm.
arm. Olivier lost an
Olivia
eye.
lost an eye. Toval completely unscathed.
Yeah,
But I guess Toval just
it's
had, I guess, Agios on his side, because thank you, Ein. I mean, you,
there. Yeah,
if you are
I.
the lover of the Gralsritters leader, you know, you must get some
It's got
perks
to
with
come.
the goddess, right?
Wait, what?
Huh?
You're kidding.
No, Toval and Ein are a couple. That's the whole Cornelia. The Cornelia series of books is literally Toval's relationship with Ein.
What?
That's the thing with the books in the Trail series.
No,
They
I
are
know. I didn't.
totally
I must
out.
not have read Cornelia, or I just forgot. I didn't know that was. I didn't know. How the look? Toval's a good guy. He's amazing in Cold Steel 2, voiced by Ian Sinclair. Amazing job. Super great with arts. How the fuck did he bag Ein?
Well, shenanigans in liberal, I guess.
All right, fuck. Well,
All written
fucking
by Mick,
aces to him. Like,
which is even better. Like Mick wrote Cornelia. Like, why the fuck did you, a pawn store broker, write a best-selling series of books?
so he could pawn it.
Fair. So it's like it's just so much, so many small things that are just weird. But yes, they are a couple.
Okay. Fucking aces.
Both confirmed by Sarah. Toval doesn't like to talk about it, but like Sarah has made fun of him because of the books existing. Uh,
I understand. Understandably so. Yeah, I
and
can get
in
it.
Cold Steel 4, during the credits, during the wedding, it's also confirmed. Like you see Toval and Ein, you know,
I
close to
have
each
that
other,
image
just
saved.
confirming.
Maybe I just didn't. Maybe I just didn't realize that was Ein. Oh, you know what? I probably didn't because I played that before
Yeah,
the other
true.
games,
But
so I
it's also
probably just
like
didn't
during
realize
the
that
whole
was Ein.
credits, there's like scene after scene with all the different guests. It's like you see Ein at the table, you see Tovo behind, like they're very clearly like they're together, so to speak.
Okay, okay.
But that's the fun part about the books, which is making it a bit sad that they were replaced by movies. Uh,
Oh man, we lost. Also, actually, speaking of things we lost, that is another thing that is very much helping Cold Steel 2 for me. For a brief moment, they gave us back chest messages. For a brief moment, we had them.
For a very brief moment, and I
Like they,
am, well, I did not necessarily like that's one of the reasons Cold Steel 4 a lot is partially because of those. They were better implemented. Everything from Cold better implemented.
oh, wait, did they give us chess messages in four?
No, not chest messages, but like at least you could fast travel back to the chest. I didn't have to run through the stupid shrines 3 times just to get every trial chest.
Okay.
And I can also say that Cold Steel 2 is the only game that has. But
You
that's
cut out
because
there.
of that.
You cut out there. Cold Steel 2 is the only game that what?
That have crashed on me.
Oh, that's never happened for like.
I played it on the PS5, so and there's a known issue with one of the scenes in Cold Steel 2 that for some reason crashes the game, PS4 game on PS4.
That's weird.
There are workarounds, either skip the scene or swap to Japanese seems to work.
What scene is it?
It's right before you're going back to liberate Trista uh, at Academy. Like, so it's a
Okay.
scene on the Courageous before you go back to Trista. Essentially, it's just weird that that is the only time a Trails game has completely just crashed for me.
Okay, sure. All right.
It is what it is.
Um,
But that's also weirdness with, PlayStation 4 games aren't necessarily, meant to work on the PS5.
yeah, they just kind of do. Um,
So
but what was
yes, Cold Steel 2 is going to be hard for us to put on the tier list.
we? I have a feeling four is going to be as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got some problems with four.
I mean, fair.
With another big thing for two for me is Crow. Because
I
we
mean,
somehow avoided mentioning him once talking about Cold Steel 2.
hi, Scott. Sleep
Hey Scott,
well.
thank you. You have a good
And
night.
thank you for the follow. I'll just say
Yeah,
that.
thank you. Yeah. Um, I also didn't hear that sound alert, so I don't.
I have your stream muted so I don't hear it twice, so I don't know.
For anybody listening, did the sound alert play? I still don't know how to fully set these things up right. They just kind of work and or don't
I just
sometimes.
happen.
Also, take it. God damn it, midnight.
Who knows?
But I have children. Okay.
Could have been the children. We'll
Yeah,
pretend like
just
it works. It's
ooh.
fine. Technically, you don't need a notification.
But I have a good. Yeah, all right. Just chatting stream and no one pays attention to my strike. I
You
understand.
take care as well, Scott. Have a lovely evening. Sleep well.
You have a good one. Thank you again for the follow.
I mean, I don't have noises on my notification. I just have a big GIF.
Yeah. Like I saw the
I saw the
I,
notification,
s-
but
I saw the on screen pop up, but
mhm.
I didn't hear King from the Owl House go bap. So I just don't
That one.
know.
It worked
Like
for the first follow at least, and the second. So I think it should be working. Now that I think of it, think about it.
I saw the sound. Do I just oh wait, do I just have not have Oh, wait, that small sound. Just turn that up, I guess. Um, hold on, I think I might know why. No, it's on monitor and output. That's
Who
so
knows?
weird. Maybe it's just really low or something. All right, yeah, sorry, I'll fix that later. Or
We
maybe
like
not. I
smooth
don't
stuff.
know.
It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, but a big part of it is because again we somehow avoided mentioning how Crow was the secret villain the entire time in Cold Steel, which is
Yes.
another thing that fucking because as soon as it happens, you go, "Oh, wait
Oh,
a minute,
I
he
didn't
was never
notice.
in the room.
And it also
He was
fuels
literally."
literally the biggest crush Reed has ever. Another human being ever.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Once again, I did. The entirety of Chaos Reigns. Thank you for the follow.
Yes.
Okay, I
Think,
just can't hear my own sound for some reason. That's fucking weird.
nah, it happens.
Alright. I mean, literally, as long as y'all can hear it, although it is still important for me to hear it, so that way I can, whatever. Again, fix it later. Fix it later. Okay. So where are you thinking of putting Cold Steel to?
Well, personally for me, I put it in okay. You personally almost, so I guess somewhere in between.
I I will concede and put it in good.
I can agree on good. That's a good compromise.
I I because I don't disagree with your points, but I think
We just
the like
look at
other
a
parts of the
few.
game
Yes,
propel it forward. And again, I'm fully also willing to admit I have a bias. Like,
that
we'll
is,
fully cop to that.
and
Like, I'm not gonna try to say otherwise.
that's the thing. Like biases impact us. We also like different things from games, um, and so on. Like, of course, we'll have long discussions about this. It's not like we
Oh,
like this franchise or something. But then again,
yeah. That
even
like it's
Cold Steel 2 is a
that
great
like it's literally
JRPG.
yeah. I would say it's not like it's literally the entire basis for our friendship or anything.
No, not at all.
Okay. So how are we feeling about Cold Steel 3? A soft reset for this arc.
A return to form.
Return to form, new main cast, except aside from Reen and Toa.
And again,
We get
I
to
said
we get to
before,
see.
Altina is better than Million. 1000%. Altina is the little baby.
I
She's our
don't
child.
I don't agree, but I don't disagree. I I think they are so good in so many
I
different ways.
like to look at
I
them
do like
from
Altina
a
more.
very neurospicy perspective and go, Milliam is 110% ADHD. Altina is 110% autism.
Wait, absolutely.
And I
I
relate a
I
lot more to, or I guess I
I love
prefer relating to
I love
autism.
Milliam. I think she's an adorable little bean. I like Altina more because of how we see her grow. Like
Yes,
100%.
that's part of why I love
Um
Altina as well, because of her growth, because of like her growing as a character and like how she learns kind of to just, it's okay to just be a regular fucking child.
look,
Like
just
your
because you
life
were
is
grown
fine.
in a test tube doesn't mean you can't have fun.
Exactly. You like
And that's
photography? Then take pictures.
yeah.
It's fine. You are equally valid. You don't
You
need to
like
be the most.
pancakes? Make all the pancakes.
Exactly. You don't need to have the most emotional range. it's all fine and good.
Yeah.
But I do
And
like
for
Season 3 a lot.
yeah, I think it is very very good. For me, it was also my first time seeing past characters return.
Yep.
For like Randy, uh, oh my god, his fucking like cousin whose name I forget, Sherry,
Shirley, 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 Shirley.
Shirley. Uh, voiced by
L-
Don M. Bennett, if I remember right.
No, Don M.
Uh,
Bennett is Maria Bell, and later on also Reset. Shirley is. Ooh, 1 second.
you sure? I'm pretty sure it's Dawn.
I am decently sure at least. Or did she voice Shirley as well? Did she have 3 different? 1 second, I need to check this.
Realty. Sure.
I usually just go behind
Absolutely
the
did
voice.
not spell that right, but here we go.
I can't spell either.
Uh, Amberly Connors. Never mind.
Yeah, Amberly Connors, that's it. Who also voices Roselia.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. That's yeah.
Like, okay. But Don M. Bennett does voice Maria Bell and definitely.
Okay.
And we'll get to Reset later.
We'll get Reset later. Oh, I love Reset. Um, I really like Cold Steel 3. I out of all the main cast of the new main cast, I didn't have an issue with Yuna being retroactively added in like the Crossbell
I do not have an issue with her
story.
being retroactively added because, again, technically, I would say it isn't much of a retroactive addition, which is the case usually with rarely add people just because they don't necessarily retroactively do. They're just we made a new character and then fitted them in naturally into the story.
Yeah,
Yuna doesn't do
like
anything Azure or Zero. Like, it's fine to have her there.
yeah, like and plus there's so much time.
It's like how
Like I'm a very big proponent of how do I explain this for games and series that take place over
such a long
as much
time
time
and
for
or so many
for
games rather, I guess, and so much real
for
time rather than in-game time.
for like especially for like the SSS whose whole thing is like being involved in the community. Like
Yep.
yeah, like it makes sense there would be like a couple kids like we would see it for a few of them that would have like gotten to really know them, gotten pretty close with them. So like I think Yuna's inclusion makes sense.
It makes
And
perfect
plus
sense.
it lets Randy be able to come in a little bit easier.
Yep.
Um other than
I mean, there's
because
a much
wasn't the whole thing of hey teach at the school or go behind bars? Wasn't that more or less his
essentially
deal? Yeah.
kinda. It's like
Yeah.
go do this or else. Uh,
Yeah. It's like we don't know where the rest of your pals are, but we got you. And Tio.
mhm. But it's also like retroactively adding a character to uh, an event. There are worse or much bigger characters, also from Cold Steel 3, when we talk about retroactively adding things. Ash, who I
Yeah.
love.
Ash Ash is
And I still
absolutely
feel
the most egregious of them.
I feel like that's still perfectly fine, purely because of how young he was when the event happened, and also for it having been such a horrifying, traumatic event. You will not
Yeah,
keep track of all details. Like,
yes and no. For
it's going to be chaos in anyway. Like, it was chaotic, traumatic. Like, everyone just needs to get out. Like, would you really have expected a child that is like 4, 5 years younger to have been left this and these other random children? Not necessarily. Could easily have been just literally we weren't in a group at the time. Otherwise, you would have been with us.
yeah,
Like, there's such an easy way to just go, here's a natural, perfectly reasonable idea as to why we didn't know.
yeah. Okay. I when put like that, I can agree because it's
I'm just, I'm a defender of this, but I know there's a lot of people who go, it's bad, like, not that well written. And I'm like, it can make
I,
sense if we want it to quite easily.
look for someone who knew nothing other than about the Hamel incident, other than what was in the Cold Steel games at the time. It
That,
worked for me. Having
that
gone back and played Cold Trails or Sky 1 and 2, I do think it's a bit weaker, but I don't. But I would really need to play it again
yeah,
to.
and I'm more like I'm looking at it purely from a like, how would people have reacted? They were actual, like, if this was actually a real event, like, it would have been very traumatic. And people don't like look at any big like natural disaster or like a big shooting or anything. Like, that's the thing. People do not keep track of every detail.
No, it's
Instantly, a
it's
lot of
impossible to.
people's focus is on we need to get away. What's to say that you didn't miss a 3-year-old child in the chaos? Like, maybe his parents were still alive when you were running away? Like, of course, you wouldn't think, oh, we need to take the child with. That's the thing. People immediately go, Ash came later, therefore bad. And I'm like, but retroactively, it can still make narrative sense and be perfectly valid as an experience. Purely
Okay.
because like it doesn't lessen what Joshua or Luve went through. If anything, it gives more context to the like thing that happened and more ways to explore how such an event would have impacted
And
survive an event.
remind me, the Cold Steel 3 was the first time we got to see Hamel, right?
Coastal Free wasn't the first time. First time we see Hummel is in Sky second chapter ish, um, because Joshua is there with the Sky Pirates or Sky Bandits with the
Oh,
Kappas
oh, okay, okay. I can,
to
yeah.
leave some flowers for his sister and leave the sword. I think that's no,
Right,
that's
right, right,
later.
right.
The That's the end, and then the end of SC. We also go back because that's when Joshua leaves the sword together with the step. Then we go back and properly get to explore. We, as the player, get more of an impact to explore during Cold Steel 3. and Cold Steel 4.
Okay.
But there are small
Um,
cutscenes in Sky second chapter.
okay. I forgot what I was gonna say to that, but yeah. Going back to like the whole cast, letting us. I think how they handled the main cast popping in and out. I think they did that really well.
Yep.
Because it was really like, okay, you guys are new class 7. You handle this threat.
Well,
We're
we
gonna take care
handle
of the
this other
major
things. Yes.
problem. You guys are not ready to handle this shit.
The one thing that's a bit funny though about it is probably how the old class is literally just going, okay, where will Ring be? Who will be there? Because it's kind of funny how it almost seems essentially talked among themselves without Ring knowing. They just go, okay, who can be here? Who can be there? Who can meet up with
Yeah,
him?
yeah. It's like who can like, all right, who's in the fucking area?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and why should it always be Laura?
Or uses.
But if it has to, but if it can only be one of them, Laura.
You say so.
Yeah, I do. My stream. Um,
But yes, Coastal Free
um,
is a lot.
it is a lot for as much as I like Cold Steel 3. I I think it is only in good, and that is for is because it introduces something that is like my biggest gripe with 4.
Vantage Masters. No,
And
wait.
Vantage. We'll get to Vantage Masters. Fucking hate Vantage. Just give me back Blade. Blade was such a perfect mini game, and it was so much fun. And I don't care about Famicom's other fucking game. I just want Blade.
I want Pom Pom Party.
Yeah, Blade and Pom Pom Party. It's all we need. It's all we
Yes,
just let us play poker again too, right?
I
Like,
think
wasn't
so.
there like a brief period we could play poker?
Yes, I think. I cannot remember
No.
which games have gambling and which it does. But
I feel like Cold
most of
Steel
them do.
3 did because we went to
Yes, we went to
oh my
Raquel,
Raquel.
and I think that may have been one of the few moments we could do gambling. Otherwise, I
Yeah, we
know it
fucking
may be in Cold Steel 4,
yeah.
maybe.
But we fucking meet up
One of the two.
with Gambling Jack and Daybreak 1 and 2. We can't play fucking poker with them. It's
Correct.
bullshit. It's such bullshit.
That's one small, tiny thing I will say about Horizon. Gambling will. Sorry, not sorry.
Well, you cut out there, so I didn't actually fully hear what you said.
Okay, perfectly fine. It was a tiny, tiny gambling related thing.
Oh. Well, sucks to suck.
Mm, yes, apparently so.
Mm-hmm. But I
So, what is the thing that we dislike about Free?
I think High Good
Mm-hmm.
because it introduces the fucking curse.
Fair.
The curse is like my single biggest gripe with the entirety of the Erebony arc. I
I
thought everything else leading up to that point was so good, was so
true.
great.
And I
But
think, yes, the curse is a bit. I will say it's not terribly well written.
it
It
is not.
could have been
It
good.
it
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 has a. Or like the idea is there, it's not well implemented. Again, that
to
can be the issue
To
at times
me,
with
it
Lorcan.
just it writes Osborne and the Erebonia military as a whole a giant check
And
of just
I
this military power did all of this bullshit because of something else. Not because they were just a militaristic force that was so focused on expansion and power, but because of this underlying thing
and that's
that
the
was
thing.
in
It's
the
not well
soil.
implemented.
Like, have
However,
the
I
curse
will
be a
give Osborne. I will defend Osborne a lot later. Uh, when we get to Coastal 4,
yeah.
I guess.
When we get to four, because like if it had just been if the curse was not something that always drove Erebonian to do the shit it did, but something that was released to really amplify the country's already like natural tendencies.
If they would have written
Sure.
it more better like that, yes. That's how I
Yeah.
view it.
Like
I view it a lot because they are trying to say a lot of times that the curse is more just amplifying what people are feeling. But at the same time, there are one too many instances purely saying it's the curse. Um,
yeah. Yeah.
which is like
It is
you need to be consistent about it because it is
like
technically
even
a lot of amplification of the people's natural feeling.
you you know what would have like if they changed what actually you know what keep the entire thing the same. Keep the entire thing the same. Change one thing. I would be much more okay with the curse. If Ishmelga's deal with Osborne was you can save your son, stay alive, but if you ever stop working towards releasing this thing and bringing as much death and destruction as possible, it's done. He dies.
Mm.
And that is my deal to you. Not you, now the curse has taken hold of you. Ooh, no, it's just you either bring this thing about
And
or
that's the
you and your
thing
son are done.
I would say about Osborne. I actually defend Osborne a lot because of he kept his own. He is such a strong-willed person that he has kept his personality and
I
mind intact, which is stated multiple times,
mhm.
and that Osborne is technically is doing this purely because someone has to. He isn't forced.
Yeah,
The curse is not forcing Osborne to do this. The thing is, Osborne is doing it so that Reen can have a future.
okay. Okay, then
Is the thing.
I'm just misremembering that part.
Because like Osborne is technically bringing about the Twilight because he knows the Black Records. He has read the Black Record. He knows about this Ishmelga, is intimately familiar with, and that's all of this purely so the world he himself has decided going to put myself in the shoes of being the most despicable, evil person on the continent so that no one else has to. And that's why I
Okay, then I just completely
love him as a
misremembered that
villain.
then. Oh my I oh my god, Osborne is actually so
Because he's
fucking crazy good as a villain. He
doing
is
it more because of like he has a sense of duty. He's doing it a lot because
real
of
quick
like
before we dive. I think we should dive more to Osborne when we officially start four.
fair.
How are we feeling about where three is?
I feel that's fair. Uh,
Because honestly, thinking and talking about it more, I think right underneath Sky in terms of.
that also works. Like it is a good to great game.
Yeah, I think these two are interchangeable in their spots for different reasons.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
That's the thing with tier list. It's going to change. It's hard to,
Yeah. No, like it
properly.
is all purely subjective, and
Hmm.
as I have shown, as I remember more and more, because I've only played aside from Cold Steel 1 and 2, I played through all these once,
I've
and
played
it's been a minute for some
mm,
of these.
a few times, I guess, technically speaking, for platinum reasons. And I've also watched
Which
maybe
I,
one too many playthroughs. So
oh
I am
my
fully
god,
invested.
you are obsessed.
Maybe a little bit. Hyper focused be like that.
A little bit. Now on to 4.
Hmm.
The culmination, literally the culmination
Uh,
of all 3 arcs
yep. The
of like
culmination of a Western scenarios story
of just
so far.
everything coming to a head. Every like the Phantasm, we officially fully learn like the full scope of the Phantasma Blaze plan of everything that happened Crossbell, of bringing about the Ark and like everything that the Society was doing,
Yep.
why Osborne was working with them and eventually took their plan from. Hey, Elena. Um, like everything comes to a head, and that is so clearly shown. Um, I'm gonna see if I could find this photo.
In the final
I
battle, when you see how many fucking characters you have to pick
This
from.
is literally exactly what I'm looking for because I sent a
Okay, that's,
photo of the
and it's only gonna
um
get worse with Reverie.
mm-hmm. I sent a photo of the final screen of like the screen where you're making the 3 different teams
Yep.
for the final battle. I sent that photo. Here it is. I'm so glad I found this.
It
I
just
sent this photo to a friend of mine and he was upset. Here, I'm just gonna change over to main display real quick. This is the amount of characters you could choose to play from for the final battle. You have to make 3 teams of 8, and you still have another 15 characters on top of that. It is.
and the best
It
thing
is.
about it is also none of those characters are unimportant. All of them have had time to grow.
They are
They have
so
their
all
stories.
so
They're all
insanely
fleshed
important.
out.
Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for their combat skill
No,
because
that's
so
true.
many of them have significantly watered down moves compared to their previous games.
Yep.
A lot of which is the first time um, any of them could be played, and they have
And
like
they will never come back.
two, maybe
'Cause,
three crafts,
yep.
and it's like,
And
oh my god, even like, oh, man,
look at the
knowing what
Celebration I have.
Estelle and knowing what Estelle's and Joshua's kits were
Hmm.
before that, and seeing the 2 things they can each do, it's like, come on.
It's like
I
you could
get
have
some
put
of them had to be
some
taken
in
out for some
there.
balancing, but like, come on. This is the culmination of
And it's
everything.
Joshua and Estelle.
Let
Like
them be broken.
maybe give them at least a few more crops.
At least Tina got a mech
I mean, fair.
or power armor, but
That's true. Power armor, orbital gear,
um,
whatever.
I really wanted to love Cold Steel 4 more than I did. I think it has aside from the curse, which I've already said is like my
Yep.
biggest issue with this game. It has way too much going on,
I
and
would agree.
not a lot of it is very touched on.
I would agree. I would say that, however, I personally prefer it to Cold Steel 2. But I would say that both Cold Steel 2 and 4 are weaker games of the Cold Steel game because of much of the similar reasons. Like, because of there's too much going on, there's not they can feel a bit less cohesive at times because there's just
Yeah.
so much happening,
I
but nothing is happening at the same time.
four has a lot of like the more egregious aspects of the Trail series in
But
it.
four wins
There's a
out
lot
from Tom
of
Hardy. What? No.
yeah. There's a lot of surprise. I'm not really dead.
Mm.
Um, I'm actually good now and will face next to no repercussions for it for all the
Cold
shit I've
Steel
done.
4, the game that made me hate Rufus with a passion.
I
I was tired. I had played way too long, and adverse reaction to what he did to Leanne snapped.
I his English voice actor,
I mean, yes.
who I'm forgetting his
DC
name,
Douglas.
DC Douglas. Thank you. Fucking Chef's
Yes.
kiss. The man has a voice like silk. It is
That
smooth. It
doesn't
is
mean I can't
charming.
hate the man.
I fuck Rufus is one of my favorite antagonists, and I'm specifically saying antagonist because I'll get into that when we get to Reverie. I
I think Cold Steel
For the
4,
most of the story,
however,
I really don't have an issue with what Rufus has done. I'll be honest with you.
I
I
don't
love to hate him.
technically.
I love to hate him.
Yes. I don't technically have many problems with his done either. Like, I do technically like him, but it's just that singular thing that he did of murdering a defenseless woman.
I don't remember that.
Rufus. Huh?
I don't. I'll be honest. I don't remember that.
Essentially, we beat Liane in the rivalries, uh, and are in the process of essentially giving back her
Oh my
to
god, you're right.
Alphas,
Oh
and
yeah.
then he
Oh
comes in
yeah.
and stabs her in the back.
I'll be honest. You keep saying Leanne. I'm like, who the fuck's he talking about? Sandlot. Yeah. Okay.
Sandlot,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Liane
Okay. Saint
Sandlot,
Sandlot.
Steel
Yeah.
Maiden.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
He
Um.
comes in and just stabs her in the back, takes her power, and goes, haha, I win. Fuck you, Rufus.
Yeah. No. Again. I love to hate him. I love to hate him.
Yes.
Um. Out of all of the Immortals, I would have loved to, or the Awakeners, I would have loved to have seen Sandlot stick around.
Yes. We all would.
But that's
But,
also a
well,
hot women in armor. That's
uh,
you know.
fire.
I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
try to pretend it's not because I'm just gay as shit. That it's you know.
You can keep her. It's fine.
Fucking suplex me. Uh, but no, but yeah, I think I hot woman armor.
uh, and I in trails.
Hold,
No play.
hold on. Midnight, I'll show you. Trails series. Not
Steel Maiden is probably easier to. Why?
there you go.
Let's also say that no, don't use the lawns as you're thinking. No, don't. I know anything can be a dildo brave enough, but don't. No. Like, mm,
Click this shit. But what does that count as spam? How does that count as spamming? Hold
one too many full stops, probably.
I guess.
Nightbot can be like that.
Yeah. Chat moderation.
I'm saying
Uh,
not to because
no, I use ellipses all the fucking time. Like,
yes,
it's like,
ellipses. We love ellipses.
yeah, yeah. Here she is as well. Without her armor. Um, my
I
God,
know
she
a
is
lot
a
about her.
gorgeous woman who will also wreck your shit.
That she will,
Like
especially if you're playing Asher.
the girl you take home to mom, the girl you call mommy.
She also has her own
Uh,
little following of armored women.
yes, she does. Which does not show immediately on here, so I'm not gonna go searching. Wait, you can keep her. Yeah, yeah. Okay, sure. And fucking, if you're gonna twist my arm about it, I mean, you know.
It's okay. Midnight will take Sherazard whenever we get to Sherazard.
You know.
Well, no, we've seen
Oh
twice,
wait,
but it's
wait.
fine.
Quick side tangent. Midnight. Did I ever show you my favorite Trails character? My wife, if you will.
Technically on Blue Sky, if Midnight
I
has
guess
seen the
technically on Blue
posts.
Sky. Oh yeah, yeah. You did respond to that post. Never mind. You did see her. Oh, knowingly no. Oh,
Blue
oh,
hair,
well, yeah.
big sword.
Lara S SRC. Why was I trying to find a scarf? What was I even searching for that one?
I guess someone tried to search S-Craft and got autocorrected.
Oh, that's absolutely what happened. That is 1000% what happened. Just look at her. Oh my god. I love her. 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 That is freaking adorable. She's amazing. Like can canonically run and jump more or less like her height and a half with this sword, slam it down, and crack stone.
As one does.
It is. This is. Oh my god! I want her to do that to my back.
Someone wants a
Anyway,
dominatrix for Christmas,
Mhm.
okay?
I'll take. I'll take a. I'll. Look, I want a girlfriend. Period. I want someone to cuddle.
Preferably with long blue hair and a massive.
I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna. I if that's look. If you look like that, call me. If you look like that and are built like that, slide into my DMs, please. Uh, okay.
Yes.
Um. Also, my love ladies. The last cruise I had.
You don't pick ladies well. Well, it happened.
Girl, I got. If you want to know of somebody that has had horrible relationships to make yourself feel so much better, I will tell you about my brother in a heart. I love him to death. He's come such a long way from how he used to be in numerous ways. I won't. I joked about during the stream with Shameless, but I won't get into now. Girl, he would make your whatever like bad crazy ex you have. His exes would make them look like a saint, especially the last one. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Lovely. Great
Oh
church
my!
of character.
Look, I love him again. Love him to death. He has still like a good way to go, but he has done so much personal growth over the past like decade or so. So proud of him. He's addicted to bad women. I swear to fuck. There is the name Ashley is cursed in my household because of his past two exes. Like if anyone ever comes into that house named Ashley, you are at a deficit.
Yes, Midnight, you were lucky. Very lucky. Good job, you.
Yeah, good job. We all know what that means. Um, I don't know what she's saying. I don't speak midnight.
It's fine.
I don't feel that. All right, back to back to Cold Steel
Back to the
and
tier
less
list.
shitting on my brother.
Allegedly. Uh,
I didn't hear what you said.
back to the tier list, allegedly.
Back to the tier list, allegedly.
4 or 5 minutes before we get sidetracked again.
Torp is your other. Still under. I still totally understand what you're saying. I, Scorp. What? What? I don't.
Squirrel?
Am I having a stroke? Like
No.
what? Okay.
We're just having ADHD moments. It's all fine.
Okay. I I think Cold Steel 4 can safely go high good.
Yes, I would agree. Again,
Okay.
4 and 2 are the worst parts of Cold Steel, but they're like they have issues. And personally, to me at least, I'm trying to explain. 4 is very
Yeah.
much a game that I can talk about, especially Osborne, especially
Especially Osborne is
how I justify everything he's done because
oh my
he's like
god.
again.
Again, Osborne I love a man that will sacrifice the world to hell for his family.
Yep.
I I fucking appreciate that. I get that impulse. I'm like, if it will keep the ones I love alive, I will scorch this
And
planet.
I do like how his whole thing is more about he's doing this willingly. He knows he's going to be regarded as the most hated and despicable person on the planet. Still does. But
Yep.
there's nothing in him where he goes, what I'm doing is wrong. No, he goes, I'm correct. I'm doing it for you. You just won't know it until it's too late for me to turn back.
Yep.
Like,
All
that's just
right.
he can be
The
saved in so many ways when you start thinking about
Now on to what I think is going to be the next big point of contention.
probably.
Because you greatly enjoy Reverie, right?
I do. I do like it.
Without explaining anything, where would you put it?
I would probably put it in almost perfect. I know.
I would put it in okay. At best.
I think Reverie is essentially Sky the Third, or what Sky the Third wanted to be, and how it should have been. Because Reverie gives a mix between both, or gives the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
You both have the freedom of movement, all the NPCs, everything. It's a normal Trails game, admittedly on the shorter side when you look at only
Mm-hmm.
the story. But it also has that lower dungeon crawly stuff that Sky the Third tried to do. And that's why
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it a
Mm-hmm.
lot because it's so
Yes. Yes.
varied.
Mm-hmm.
I get a
Mm-hmm.
bit of
I
everything.
concur. I concur. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, I have one question.
Yeah.
It's a small thing.
Yep.
Why the fuck was Rufus one of the roots?
I do not know, and I do not agree with it. Because I still hate the man with
Like
a passion.
it is. Oh my god! I love Lapis. I love Swin. I love Nadia. All of them, Chef's Kiss editions. In the wrap up of everything, and to the wrap up to the wrap up
Yes,
to the
because
first three major arcs, and you have
all you need to do is say,
reroots.
I'm sorry, and anything is forgiven.
Why the fuck are all three roots not just cast from the first three arcs?
I
Why are
know.
we giving
What?
it? Why are we giving one of the major story beats, or not even story beats, one of the major roots to, again, I love the idea of like all of these previous villains and Ren, because she was previous villain forever ago, coming together, doing good.
Yep.
That is good. That's awesome. Why the fuck is it given to Rufus? I have like
A lot
I
of
and again
answer is
I love the man.
bad.
I love the man as a character. I don't think I don't think what they did for him is bad. Up until a point, and I will get to that. I do not think that is bad. I do not think how they handled the root was bad. I think that was very well done. But I think in a game like Reverie,
Yep.
he should not have been the focus.
I
I
agree.
feel very strongly about that. It
However,
as the fact
I
that the
like the rest of
liberal,
the things
like
more than I disagree with with the fact
the
that
fact that the
he happens
the
to be a
fact that the
focus.
liberal the fact that the liberal cast got lumped in with the Crossbell cast is so insane to me. Because like even ignoring the fact that they had one more game,
Yep.
because like that's counting Sky the Third, and they were the fucking start. They were the reason we were there to begin with. Like I
I
have I
however, feel okay with the fact that Liberal didn't get their own route or focus, mostly because Liberal has been wrapped up. This is all about wrapping up Crossbell and Narbonne more than anything.
okay. Okay.
So I don't
I
necessarily
can
think that Estelle and Joshua having their own focus or route would necessarily have brought a lot to the table. It would have felt quite weird, for example, if Estelle and Joshua took over the focus that Rufus had, where it was like, here's all the evil people coming together again. Like,
well, I mean, they just don't make it the evil people then.
I mean,
Literally just
yes,
to have it. It literally could would should have just been, here's the victory lap. It is, you are going to play the casts that you got to play through all the other games together again, minus a few like obvious exceptions, like Olivier. Um, I really hate that they took Sherazard out of it. I really
yes,
do.
and the
I guess she's
reason
pregnant,
is
but like, come
absolutely
on.
stupid because it's like, oh my god, you're pregnant, you can't squeeze me. She's what
No,
now?
I understand her not wanting to risk, like
Oh
wanting to
no,
fight
no,
to
no,
risk
no,
it.
no, 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 no. She wants to. Olivier says, no, 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 no. I'm going to protect
Well,
you both.
no, I still think that's understandable. I
I
think,
mean, she immediately, when they are trying, I'll support you with my arts, and he, no, you're not.
well, no, again,
You stay back. Like,
again,
ugh.
I don't have a I have an issue that it happened. I don't have an issue with the reasoning. Because again,
Fair. I
I
just think
I
like,
think it is perfectly understandable for him to go, no, you are fucking aren't. Because
I know, but at the same time, I feel
one,
like Olivier, you should know who you're talking to.
right, but at the same time, she's not invincible. Like
At
one,
least she
like
gets a
a
very broken brave order, so it's
like
fine.
Yeah, like she gets a poker. Like the Brave Order's great, and like one wrong gut shot or stab or punch
Fair.
that like my I think I've mentioned it on the channel before. My mom worked in NICU for 33 years. I know like how bad stuff can be for, and anyone that doesn't know NICU, it's the ICU for newborns. So like I know, like I know stories. So like you gotta be careful if you're with child. Like you gotta be.
In fact,
So yeah. So
I
like
just feel like it's at the same time like they just didn't want her to be playable.
yeah, it's like come on. Like again, victory lap for everybody. Like like Jin not being in there. Okay, he's over in Calvard. He obviously
Fine,
can't. Sure.
but the people who
Um.
show up.
Yeah. Like Zeit not being playable. It's like yeah. Okay.
That's fair
He's like
because
trying to protect Crossbell proper, and you know he's
that
one of
and
the
also
divine
like
beasts. Would be
we
a little
may have
broken.
needed to make like I can defend some of them when it's more like that. Chloe, she shows up. Okay, nothing.
Yep.
Shara shows up. No, nothing. Okay. Like, yes, I can see that
Like
some characters should have been more playable, but at the same time, I do like Reverie a lot because of all the. Like, it is a very fan service game,
1,000%. 1,000%.
and I love it for it.
I I know one thing they could have done if they replaced Rufus with one character specifically
Hmm.
that would have kept that route more or less the same, like some obvious major changes, but it kept that route very similar. Would have still been all the bad guys returning, and would have given me my want of having each route led by a main member of the cast.
Yep,
Have it be Ren instead.
fair.
And it works perfectly because it's Ren now being where Estelle and Joshua were.
Yep,
It would have worked so fucking well narratively, and would have been, oh my god, I literally just thought of that too. Like I like oh
that would have worked.
that would have been
That would have
so good.
let the story play out the same, but with a more cohesive focus on like the wrap up of everything. That's
Exactly,
so.
exactly.
At least she does still get a decently major role, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Um.
But she also just
And
gets better as time goes on anyway, so it's fine.
yeah. I said I have two other major issues
Yep.
that stopped me from liking this game as much as I really wanted to. I really like the wrap up to everything. Like I should be, especially with how fan servicey it is, I should be in love with this game.
Hmm.
Why is there a giant AI? Why like and this stems from like my like one of my biggest issues with the series as a whole is just the exponential ramp up in technology throughout the
And
entire series.
I think that is perfectly fine. The exponential ramp up is partially because of all the artifacts that do exist in the world, because Great Collapse and a lot of remnants from earlier big technology. And that's
And
why,
I
partially, that things do accelerate at the speed that they do. And without
and
going into too
I
much, I will say we will get more on in the next game.
okay.
We have something to look forward to.
I I agree, but I don't. I, but when this wasn't even caused by an artifact, like if this was like something that was
This
reverse
is
engineered from artifacts, Like, sure,
Yeah, this is
but this was
something
literally
weird
just,
happening.
hey, we laid
Septium
network
veins.
cables. Yeah, we laid
It's
network
not
cables
necessarily the
across
all.
septium veins.
It isn't necessarily the geofront causing it, like crossbow being so advanced. It's more the convergence of septium veins. Things are flux, and I guess partially the remnants of like the Septarian of Mirage kind of influencing things and creating this big, expensive like network. Like it's weird,
Yeah,
yes, but at the
like
same time, I do find the idea perfect fine. I do like that technically, yes.
I
I find it more interesting because it's out of nowhere than if humanity themselves had. Because look at the salt pail. That's also like completely unexplained
yeah, we
phenomena.
still yeah we still don't know what the fuck is up with that.
It has happened before. We know that Samuria, that things happen in Samuria, and that's like,
Yeah, but this
but
this feels like too much of a like perfect coincidence though. Like it feels like and I don't normally have like I generally don't have a big issue of just like, oh, this weird amount of like random circumstances happened and just kind of like that's because that stuff does generally happen. Like random accidents breed new life like into things. Like again,
yes,
like biggest thing in modern day, penicillin. Someone fucking let some mold out and like, oh shit, I get that. But this really feels like a okay. Nothing like this has been talked about. Nothing like this has been hinted at. But secretly in the background, all of this stuff had to go right perfectly for us to get this super AI. I'm like, really? And like,
yes and no, I would say.
especially with how advanced it is, because at several points, even in Daybreak 2, they say like, yeah, we could never make anything nearly as close as to what happened in Crossbell a few years
That's
ago.
correct
Like
because
that
it
is
was a
light
true
years ahead of
AI
us.
and not necessarily what we would look at today and say is an AI.
Yeah. Oh my, absolutely. No, it's not just a fucking chatbot.
No, this
It's
was
like
truly, a weird, like it is a singularity happening. It's like the concept of also trying to like
singular.
explore, I
I was
guess,
trying to remember the term.
because
Um,
singularities as a concept are still a
here.
thing that does in our world. Like there will be a technological singularity at some point creating. Uh, they should have maybe explored it a bit more beforehand and after to make every. However, like
Real quick, while you're explaining your stuff, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. But I
no,
have my headphones on, so I can still hear you.
like the thing is like it's hard to explain. I'm starting to ramble a lot. Singularity will happen in our future in our technological advances, and therefore, like I don't feel like it's necessarily weird that within this, well, fantasy world, so to speak, or that necessarily it's a weird concept for them to try and introduce with like the spirit fates and stuff, converging specifically on crossbow because of how. Okay, I'm running out of steam. Like I'm trying to word this well, but I can't, and it's infuriating. Uh, but I guess it partly like crossbow is such a spiritual place. Like it's a very charged place. A lot has happened, and that causing your veins to like create the AI essentially. Like that's the explanation we're giving that because of everything that is around. that are fantastical in nature, that has essentially just made this freak occurrence possible. Which is why I feel like that's at least good enough explanation for me to accept what has happened.
Uh, I mean, I guess I just it was just handled so clumsily. I think
Um,
this is another instance of I don't disagree, but I don't.
you would have wanted some more clarity into the issue.
I wonder if there's some more clarity or just I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think it was. I just don't think it was well done.
But then again, I will say
I
all the daydreams way up for all the issues. And Pom Pom Party, especially Endless
yeah.
Mode. What?
Again, like the Rev Recorder, I think was perfectly fine. Like again, it was the third all over again, but better and
But better with more variety.
more variety. Another giant fucking cast to play with.
Yep. A giant cast where the max level level 250.
Yeah, man, the fact that you, especially for some of the, especially for ones like Elise and
Mm-hmm. I slapped him in the
whatever the
back.
fucking princess's
Alfie,
name
yes.
is. Like some of them are just bad.
Yep. They are all
Yeah,
level 250.
like
I
I don't know.
I mean I
Even
used the
with like the
combination.
XP shards you can get, like I don't know how you did that.
I used the combination of both like just pumping all the like level up potions into like the weak bad characters. Just to make sure I did not need to touch
Yeah.
for as much as possible. But then also in New Game Plus, uh, there's a little setting in that you can toggle that does help and speed up all this grinding,
Okay.
especially late game, where it's you can essentially increase enemy level 50 levels or 100 levels. So you can just slap
Oh,
a plus 100 levels on everything up to the max
man,
cap, up to 50, and just say
how
go.
fucking broken Reverie is. That's not an issue.
Exactly. And that's also partly why I love Reverie so much. It's so broken.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the best part about like
Like,
Cold Steel through Reverie. It's just
the
you can
thing for
get
me about
dumb.
Reverie, yes, some parts of Reverie's story may not necessarily be the best handled, but all the gameplay, all those daydreams, all the minigames, everything else makes up for the slightly poorly handled, to me at least.
Oh, we haven't touched upon my most con- contentious, biggest
Contentious,
problem with the
yes,
fuck
biggest.
contentious problem.
Hmm.
Rufus should have died.
Yeah.
Rufus should have gone down with the fucking tower. You want me to let Rufus be redeemed for all the shit he did? Fine. Let him let him be another Osborn. Let him just take on the sins that his doppelganger did and just go down with it. Don't
Now
give
he's a
me
dead
that
man walking.
fucking don't give me that fucking flash of what could potentially be a la one of the fucking Twilight movies, like one like like the second to last one. I don't know. I've never actually seen them. Like, don't do that. Don't give me that scene. Don't give me such a like a darkly beautiful poetic scene that made me fucking care for Rufus. Like man knows his sins are heavier than what he can ever repay. He knows that. He wants to do one final selfless act to protect to protect to protect the world, to protect his brother, to protect the other people, like the other people that he cares about, the other Iron Bloods. He wants to do one more final fucking thing.
And it's
Yoink!
wasted.
That
To a certain
that
extent, at least.
legitimately pissed me off. It actually made me furious to see. I'm like, how?
I,
I'm like that would have been like honestly that would have given the game so many points for me. Like I
Sadly, we would have to wait with death until Ereboniel is left behind.
we would have let to have a character die.
I
I
do
love
agree
this
he
series,
should have died.
man.
But Link, again, I see that's an issue. I do understand. I guess mm, I still don't like Rufus, so I would have been happy if he died.
Yeah. I think
I,
none of these games are good. Yeah, no. Even the worst, like, there's one game that's meh, and that's the Black Sheep. Everything else is like I would still like I would again I would put that up there, but I would put Reverie there.
you would put it there, and I would put it much higher.
Yeah, like like you said you would put it in almost perfect, right?
Yep. So I guess high good and just
I
say
would I would
compliment
honestly be willing
or
to put
low
it
grade
in I
because
would
of
we be willing to put it in low grade because like I said, it's so fan service and in a very good way. It is so fan service heavy. It
fan
is like
servicey,
it does
lots of
all the
fun
it has
stuff, but
all
like
yeah it has all
some of the story
it has
moments
all the
just bring
great
it down.
parts of Sky the Third but better.
Hmm.
I would be willing to meet in the middle and say low grade.
That's fine. That's a fair compromise.
Yeah.
And then there's Daybreak,
Then there's Daybreak.
the new
Um,
shiny, shiny engine.
New shiny engine, whole new cast, never seen anywhere before aside from like what Jin and Fairy are like the only two returning characters.
Jin, Fi, and Ren.
Fair, yeah, Fee. I said Fairy. Jin, Fee, and
Ren.
who else?
Ren
Ren.
shows up.
Right. Duh. Right. Yeah.
And I mean, because
I
it's
meant
an
as far as like
Harrison,
playable
technically say that
characters,
Elaine
because
shows up in
yeah,
game,
Elaine shows
play
up in
post
like
game. Um,
yeah, but I mean like major returning
yes,
characters from previous
real
games.
returning characters. Yes.
Yeah. Um, this game's good.
Daybreak
This game's
is real good.
it's real good. It's real good.
But that's the thing.
Okay,
Like,
there we go.
yes.
This game
I
game
would definitely put it in almost perfect, personally.
1,000 like that's not even like
The
let's just
question is
go
where.
ahead and say like right there,
Yeah, that would be fair.
or do we even
I,
want to be like
no, I would say Asher is still better, personally.
so let's still say I should okay.
Uh, but I
Um
may be biased. I don't know. No, not
yeah
really. If anything, it should be recency bias. Daybreak.
yeah
But
um
Daybreak is just, it ramps up and ramps up and ramps up and ramps up. And
ramps up
let's go.
it is the biggest overhaul to the combat system we've ever seen.
And it's
Because
amazing.
even from like Azure to Cold Steel, like new coat of paint, more or less the same.
Yep. This is technically still mostly the same, but with some real time combat to just.
With like a little bit of real time, full free movement.
Yep. And then a combination
Um,
between Cold and, well, Sky Crossbow. Um, when it comes to arts and like the ornament stuff,
Yeah.
which I love.
Um.
Some people
Yeah,
say
I
it's
think
too
this is like the
limiting, and I go like, but we get both Rockmoth and
yeah.
well,
I
the art system.
this is absolutely a happy middle ground between the two.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
1000%. Uh, I
It's
think
a bit of
shard skills
everything.
are yeah, shard skills are a great addition.
Hmm.
It's like it's a much more interesting way to build a character rather than just what arts they have.
Yeah,
Because even for like characters you don't really want to use arts on, you can still there's still rock
build
math.
them. Yeah, exactly. You can still build them towards something. Something that isn't
Yeah.
just how many strength quartz can I slap on Laura?
Mm-hmm. The answer is a lot.
Yes. What, you have domination and then strength 1, 2, something
Her
else.
domination. She can have domination, all right.
Hmm. Like, it's very funny that there's. I think when I played Cold Steel 2, I think Laura may have taken up the health of the final boss on Nightmare mode
Mm-hmm.
in one hit.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking how's your Phoenix Blade?
And then I think,
Cornelia domination, buffer to shit. Like
yeah, put the Minotaurus quartz on and Master quartz
yeah,
on and say,
Minotaur
haha,
quartz,
now you do double damage for more delayed. Who cares about delay
double
if this is bad?
damage, almost 2k attack. Like it's girl's fucking nuts. If
These
only
games are
Falcon
so
wasn't
broken.
cowards and gave her the arms to properly show it. Make Laura buff.
Yeah, but that's yeah.
Yeah.
But Daybreak
Mm-hmm.
definitely does improve on a lot of the systems and change them up in small, which is good. Like
Oh, one thousand
everything.
percent.
That's the good thing about Falcom. They rarely change things, or they do change things a lot, but they also do small changes over time. You can get used to everything they're doing.
Yeah,
It's
it's
never just
rarely a
we
like
changed everything.
complete overhaul. Yeah.
It's one thing at a time, and then they hope that. And then Daybreak's story and cast are amazing. Like,
I'm like I am so oh my god, I'm so tempted to say it's my favorite cast. I am
I
I like they are like I think all the casts are like neck and neck.
mhm.
Like I don't think any of these games have a bad main cast.
I would say
Um
that I'm not sure. I think for me it would probably still be the SSS.
yeah.
But
No, I
Daybreak's
can
cast is
I
still
fully get that.
oh so very close.
Oh my god. Yeah, like I
Like as much as I love
my favorite
Estelle,
cast
and
is the
Estelle may be the best main character, like
yeah.
the SSS and the Daybreak crew is
I
just so great.
I will still say class 7 and that's like including Crow, Angie and
Yeah,
like the class 7 adjacent main cast Thors is my favorite just because fuck, they handled a giant main cast very well.
they did it very well, but for me it's
But
probably instead the
but
weakest cast
like
because there's some of them that I truly just I I just couldn't care less.
oh man, I
But that's the
again
case with big casts.
so
Like
yeah.
there's always
I mean yeah,
one
like
that you
there's
may
like
go like, eh.
some of them I do think are a bit weaker. Like I unfortunately think Elliot and Gaius are two of the weaker
Elliot is
members.
definitely weak. Like, sure, you're a cute little boy, but you don't have
Yeah,
much going for you.
yeah.
Or Kurt, the
But
only
like
one
I
in New
don't.
Class 7 who doesn't get a chance to grow.
Who was that?
Or Kurt, the only one in New Class 7 who doesn't, during the 2 games, get
Yeah,
a
no, dude
little
does
chance
not
to
get a
grow.
lot. Not really.
Like,
But
okay, you're here.
but
Participation trophy for you.
yep. You like swords. Good on you. We have like 5 other people. But yeah, but yeah, like that my Cold Steel's definitely my favorite. But like you said, like the SSS and Arkwright Solutions are such a small, tight cast
Yep,
that everyone gets so much more chance to shine.
exactly.
And they use both like liberal guys too. Um, but like and like every single actor knocks it out of the park. Damien Haas as Van is great. Amelie as Anya is great. Um, the only 2 actors of Elizabeth Maxwell as Elaine.
Yeah,
Uh,
Donna Bennett
absolutely
as
stole my
Rosette.
heart.
Um,
Yeah, Donna Benz is
I
like
mean,
I like I like and love most of the cast for Cold Steel. Like, there's not one of them I dislike,
yep,
but I love the entire cast from Daybreak.
yep, I would agree.
Yeah, it's
Like that's the thing. It's very like the casts are so close to each other. It's hard to get, separate to a
yep,
certain extent as well. It's like you can't expect me to pick a favorite child. But secretly we know its uses. What?
yeah. I was gonna say you did, and it's useless. That's been very clear.
Yep. I
But
mean, one
yeah,
game left in
and
the
like
tier list.
oh man, and just like the main like the main villains
For Daybreak.
for Daybreak.
I mean, Melchior. Yes, please.
Melchior, Dante's,
Melchior and Dante's, they're definitely stand up.
um, fucking
Olympia,
the other two whose names I
Viola, and
forget.
Alexandra. Uh, so
They're there.
they're there. Like the
Um, I definitely think Iola is much better than Alexander.
yeah, Viola is better, but like, and Olympia is
Oh no,
better. Olympia
oh no,
is
no, the other 2 members of the Gardens. What was it? Olivia,
Olympia and Ariok.
Olympia, and Arya. Yeah, I think Olympia is better than him,
Olympia
one
is
thousand percent. But yeah,
great.
Aola,
Ariok is
Aola, and Alexander, they really are just there.
there, yes,
They're
there.
not. They're just there.
But
But like
Melchior,
the big bigs are all
Melchior and Dante's are definitely standout. But
yeah,
out of all of them, their
yeah. Like
relationship is amazing. It's amazing how homoerotic that is.
he's a fucking Melchior is just a fucking lap cat, and you can tell. You
Melchior
can
is the
tell.
definition of evil twink.
Yeah, that
Have you seen the way he kneels next to
he
Dante's?
lies on his fucking thigh.
Like, exactly. He has the exact same pose as so many just, here's the beautiful harem woman random
Yeah,
movie.
1000%.
And
1000%.
still people will not get the fucking hint.
um, but I will say, I definitely that is like I think is one of Daybreak's one and unfortunately two's biggest flaws is the main cast for villains. Because like, outside of
Yeah,
Dante's, Melchior, and I really do love Olympia, especially during her like final fight.
yeah,
Just the fucking break
yeah.
that if
I would
oh,
say
that's so
Daybreak's
good.
villains, because of a few of them actually being standout, great.
Yeah, like it
Daybreak
literally is
2.
like half like right down the middle. Half of them are great.
Yep,
The other half are there.
yep. And Daybreak 2's villains are, we're here, hi,
Hmm.
bye.
Yeah, yeah,
Sadly, like Daybreak 2 is not the greatest game in the series.
yeah. We'll I want to talk a bit more about Daybreak One.
Yep.
We'll get to that. Okay, like even like the supporting cast, like um, well, I
Hmm.
forgot his name for a second. Like Sao,
So, yeah.
like the rest of Hayway, even fucking oh my god, the Enforcer and the Anguis.
You mean or Elroy Harwood and then Luciola,
Yes,
Homemaster
yeah,
with
Red
like
Sea, and Harwood.
Harwood.
Um, they
Amazing
are
though. He like,
yeah,
oh my
they are amazing.
goodness.
Like they're not super there for Daybreak One,
No, but
mostly in like
that's
the last act and a half.
yeah, and that's because reasons from Reverie.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
because there's a deal going
um,
on, they can't be involved
yeah.
yet.
They can't do shit. The
So,
I will say that diving into touching on Daybreak Two as well for a second. The fact that uh Bramhart hasn't done anything evil yet is kind of surprising.
yep,
Like
that is
he's
very
you
surprising. He
like
looks so sleazy and schemy.
he looks so ignoring the fucking like secret part of Reverie where you see him
Hmm.
talking with the Grandmaster. The fact that you can tell he's waiting to do something evil.
Oh
He's got
yes,
it boiling. He's got it waiting in the wings. He
something will
wants to do it.
definitely happen at some point. The question is when, where, and
Question is
how.
when and who and how emotionally destroyed will Anyas be?
Yes, the answer to all those questions are
Yes.
yes.
Yes. And of course they let me see my best girl Fee. Like I've talked about it during Daybreak One too. If Laura is like if Laura's like number one, Fee is like number 1.5. Like I fucking love Fee. I love everything she went through in the Cold Steel games. I love her entire character arc.
That's
I
true.
love the dynamic her and Laura have. Of you like way each other do the way you do things disgusts me, and the way I do things disgusts you. Oh, but now we're best friends, and like, oh shit, yeah, you're the slow
Now we're
heavy one.
best
I'm the
friends
fast,
because
quick.
we actually talked about it and
Yeah, and
understood.
like,
I don't have an issue with you. It's the way that up makes me have some issue with the way.
yeah, man, it's like, oh shit, and we actually work super well on the combat field together. And it's like, oh man,
Exactly.
and just the fact that we and like a big part of Daybreak One for me is the fact that it's Calvard. We had heard about Calvard since FC, since
Yep.
the first fucking game. Calvard has been talked about. In
Both of the
Erebodian,
big
Calvard was talked
countries
about
have been
so
like so
much.
exciting to just see more of.
Yeah, and like we finally get to see Calvard.
Yep.
And
One
it's
thing, like the thing I'm also waiting, like we are in Calvard. Why have we not got to see? We've been there in Asher.
you cut out a good you cut out a good bit.
Oh, I cut out again. But like
Yeah.
Calvard is very exciting, and like, why haven't we seen Alta? We've been there in Crossbow. Like, it's a border town between Crossbow and the Republic. But still, these games have not let us be there, go there yet. But the one place we knew about.
One more
It would
time, what was
just
the
be
name?
intriguing. Huh? Altair.
What was the name of the Altair? Yeah, okay, yes. Sorry, every time you said Altair, it cut you off.
Oh, lovely. Good job for my microphone. That isn't the best.
For the most part, it's been fine.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we never got to see Altair.
I was very excited to see Basel, though.
When was Basel talked about?
Uh, I don't think it necessarily was, but more because of, well, have when we learn more about Calvert, like the Verne Company headquarters,
Oh, okay.
uh, and you get to realize, oh, that's where it is, you go, "Ooh, I want to go, I want to go.
Yep.
I want to
Okay.
see this
Okay.
place."
Sorry. Um, like a really small thing, and I don't love that I don't like about Daybreak, and again, it's a stupid small thing. It's not actually important. We should have been able to use Van's car more. We should like
Yeah, that's
they gave us
fair.
the cop car in Azure. Van's truck should have been the same thing.
I agree.
For as much as he loves it, there's a fucking auto shop we go to, and they sell one thing the entire game.
Yes. Uh, per game, I think.
Yeah, it's like, come on, we should at least been able to customize it.
hmm We have done
Yeah,
it
but
before. Give
yeah, it's
us
like, come
something.
on. Again, it's a dumb thing, or not even. It's like a minor thing that does not actually affect it at all. But it would have been fun.
Yeah,
And I definitely think Daybreak also handled the
and
fact that
maybe another thing.
Van handles a works in a much grayer shade
Yeah,
very, very well.
that's
Especially even with just knowing, like, oh yeah, I did a job with Walter once.
yeah,
He broke my fucking car, but
and I
I
hate
did a
him.
job with him. I hate him. I never want him to be near me again, or I will stab him.
But that's the thing as well about customizations. Like, it would have been nice if we could have done the same headquarters as well, with like, here's a gift for your room.
Yeah.
Here's a little something.
Mm.
But oh
It's a
well.
bomb. What?
Yes, here's a bomb.
It's a bomb.
No,
Um,
but I do like how every arc has focused on a different type of justice.
yeah.
Like the bracers are all about civilians matter. The law is civilians, safety of
Mhm.
civilians. The SSS go, no, 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 the law is like, we technically, as the police, doesn't care about civilians. It is what is good for, like, what is legal is good, period.
Mhm.
Cold Steel goes more about, like, technically, since it's a military academy and stuff, how power is good when used correctly. Like, power is justice when used correctly, to a certain extent. And
And
then,
I would also say Cold Steel is also a bit more, I guess, social justice of like,
yeah,
or or of maybe not social justice, but like,
I mean, it's the class. Uh,
what's better for the future.
yes, what's better for the future and stuff. And so on. And like, then we have Daybreak, where it's like, uh, everyone deserves help, I guess. But it's like
Yeah, it's
very
like,
much everyone has different views on justice between the different main characters, because it is very similar. Like, are bracers and cops really that different? No, but yes.
yeah, it's
Like,
similar, same or similar function, just
very
different
different
ways of doing it.
outlooks and very different philosophies around the idea that we are working to ish.
Yeah. Um, and also we've talked about this at length. It's a tone shift for
Oh,
Daybreak.
yes.
The significantly more mature tone. Like we once again, like, um technically Cold Steel 3 and 4 were the last ones to give us like a mostly like older main cast, but
Yep.
the Crossbell games were the first ones to give us the entire main cast aside from Tio, all adults, at least 18. Cold Steel or Daybreak again. Everyone aside Anyas and Fairy, all adults,
Well, mostly Catra
all
is also, it's about as
oh
much as
yeah,
Agnes.
catch. I totally forgot Catcher wasn't. He carries himself much older for
I mean,
obvious reasons.
for obvious reasons, yes.
Trauma will do that.
Trauma will do that. Trauma builds character.
Mm-hmm. Um,
But yes, it's a
even just
mostly
even just an
older
even
main
just an older
cast.
MC.
Yeah, that
Like
helps.
Van, because Van is the oldest MC we've ever had,
Yep.
and I
Even though he's
fucking love that.
technically around the same age as Reen and Estelle and Lloyd. He's slightly older. He's still the oldest, but like the gap isn't that big, technically speaking, because we're in the future now.
Yeah, it's been about 10 years. Yeah, yeah. He would be
Which is
like,
kind of funny.
yeah, oh my god, it's fucking crazy to think about.
Like,
Yeah, because they would all be. Because what, Estelle and Joshua would be like 24 apiece.
yeah, something like that.
Lloyd would be
Mm,
around. Lloyd would
slightly
probably be
young.
around like 27.
Is he?
Or
Maybe.
no, he'd
I
be like around 26, 25, 26.
25, 26, something like that. Like, they're all around the same. Are
Yeah.
so much further ahead now.
Yeah, but
Van
like we get to
feels
we get
older
to
because we.
we get to see, yeah, because we
Yes.
get to actually play as Van at an older age.
Yeah.
Um, and like it also just having someone that's like having an MC that's like much more jaded.
Yeah.
Like Van
Oh,
is not the,
trauma
you
builds
know, not the
character.
like energetic Estelle or the optimistic Lloyd or the like
Very
optimistic
depressed, but
Reen.
optimistic. Green. Yes.
Like Van's a jaded asshole, and
Yeah.
rightfully so from shit he's done and been through.
Which is very
Um,
nice. But it's nice that we have a more like mature tone now. It fits better
yes,
with where we are at.
significantly more true.
And
Like this
even
is like
though,
one of the biggest instances Falcom has shown like they're not afraid to grow with their audience.
yeah,
They're like, yeah, a lot of like maybe not most, but like a good chunk of y'all are either older adults or have started these games when you were younger adults and are much older now. We get that.
yeah.
All right. And now
But
the
also,
most recent.
yeah.
Oh, what was that?
I just wanted to say that it's also nice that even though they have introduced like more mature tones and characters dying and stuff, they're not overusing it. They didn't just
No, yeah,
flip a switch and went, okay, someone died. Now everyone has to die.
yeah.
Because there's
And now
some
the world's
series or games where it's like, oh, someone died, therefore anyone can die. Oops, dead, 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 dead.
dead, 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 which can work.
But most of
Most of the
the
time, doesn't.
time, it doesn't. In the same way as not having a character die can work, but not every single.
Not if it's every major character that
Yes.
lives. I'll say it. Crow should have died. I'll say it. I'll say it.
Yeah.
I love Crow. He should have died.
Except Awakener, so it's fine. We've established this.
I know. Like I'm not upset
He
he
should have
didn't
died
die.
after
I think he should have died.
everything was done. Yes.
I think he should have died in 4 when the
Yep.
rivalry battles happened. I think that should have been
Even
it.
though I do
I think he
accept
should die.
the reasoning
No,
as
yeah,
well.
no, no. Again, I don't hate that he didn't die. I'm
Yeah,
very happy he's still
I
alive and
know.
kicking. I
I
love him as a
agree.
character.
I agree 100%.
There's there's
Uh,
a reason my I think it's my Dono sound clip or it's my bits.
one second.
It is my donation sound clip. If you use the PayPal link, or if you give subs, it's him saying, can I, do you have 50 mirror I can borrow?"
Of course. Sounds
Um,
perfect.
but he should have died. He should have died.
Yep.
Someone can say. Someone can say. Should have died.
Especially since Falcom are cowards and don't let the Reen.
They're cowards and don't what?
They don't let Reen and Crow get together.
Oh yeah,
It's obviously
let them
clear.
look. If Reen can't get with Laura, let him get with Crow. I
It's obviously
like he's
clear.
got it's one of
Have
the
you not
two.
seen Reen's reaction to a fucking 15 year coin? He's obviously in love.
15 year. Honestly, I don't. Jump at the cool sale. There really isn't a member of the main cast aside from the much younger characters like Milliam and Altina. I would hate Reen like being together with. Like I think all of them make sense in one way or
Fair.
another.
I guess that's what the harem does.
Yeah. But like most harems, I feel like are like so loosely
Yeah.
connected, or like loosely threaded. It's like no, Reen legitimately has like a very strong connection with like everybody in like different ways, and it's very
Yep.
good. But Laura's still the best, and then Crow.
You say so.
And then either Emma or Elisa, I go back and forth into.
You forgot uses.
No, I didn't. Uh, but all right,
Daybreak 2.
the most recent game, Daybreak 2.
Yes.
Um,
With or without recency bias? No.
oh boy, this game. I
It is
I was
definitely a step
so in love
down
with this game.
from Daybreak, I would
I
say. But
I this game was so good, and then it wasn't, and then it was again,
yes,
and then it wasn't.
there's a reason why my
Um,
one of the game is inconsistent.
yeah, it is. It is. Oh man, like can I just bring up the clip from the last stream and just let that summarize everything?
Because, like, to me, I played it first with the fan translation. I
Mm,
felt immediately inconsistent. Very
mm,
inconsistent. Went like, okay, fine, it may be the fan. Then I played the original, official, like, translation,
mm.
which is, I will say, a lot more polished, a lot better. But you're still left with the feeling of just some things are just so inconsistent.
It really feels like there was like a maybe a fourth or a third of the game missing.
Yes, and the game was rushed,
Which is
very
such a
rushed,
shame.
because Falcom went East 10 has been delayed, so we need to put something out.
It's like you don't just take a hit on this quarter, let the quarter when they both come out at the same time, fucking
Yes,
double.
which Falcom could technically do since they are very
It's like
like that's it's a shame
I
that Daybreak 2 was as rushed as it was, because it leaves you with very much up and downs in quality. However, there are some good things, of course. Thank you. Mini
yeah.
games and stuff are back. Uh, like
All right, Bink, you
more.
have a good night.
Oh, sleep well, Binky. Like
It's like
mini
I
games
I
are
like
back.
that.
Fishing is back. That's good.
Yeah, like all the like yeah, that was one of my biggest. That was like one of my like biggest like actual issues with Daybreak One. There was no mini games,
Yeah,
which is
which I
like come
still
on,
believe
like mini
is
games have
partially that they wanted to figure things out in the new thing.
yeah, which okay, that's fair. Like
Like
it's not like
maybe
a
they just needed
giant
get the game
issue,
out,
but
but scale back the extras a bit so that we can tinker
yeah,
with it more.
yeah, whole new engine. Like there were
Yeah.
so many other things they had to like redesign, like the combat system and everything.
So I think I don't
So
hold it
like
against Daybreak 1 at all,
no,
because, like, sure, I miss it, but it isn't needed. It's never tech.
right.
I'm
It's
happy
it's
when it's
nice when it's
there.
there, but yeah, it's not a major issue if it's not.
Exactly.
Um, I brought up earlier the fact we can't play poker against Game Lord Jack and Hale.
Yeah,
Fucking bullshit. Or Hal. Is it Hale or
that's
Hal?
how.
Is Hal? Okay. Real dumb. Real dumb.
It is very dumb.
Real dumb. We should have been able to play both. The easiest edition would have just been instead of whatever card game we got. I forget what the hell it's
Seven
called.
Hearts.
Seven Hearts. Just have it be poker. Just have it be poker. It's fine.
And just say, no, Fairy, you're not allowed.
Yeah, fairies not allowed. Like, oh my god. Anyway,
Like, Daybreak 2 is a bit more on the, like, let's just say, this is not how you make a sequel.
yes, it is not Azure or two or Cold Steel
Exactly.
2 or FC.
This is one of
or
the
SC,
rare moments where a
where
sequel is actually on the worst side,
yeah,
relatively speaking,
yeah.
to its predecessor.
Because like it's like I think you mentioned this was like split as far as the community goes, but like I like the time travel stuff.
Yep.
I don't think it was implemented the best way. I think if
Yep.
we were forced to, oh, I don't know, use Van pseudo esque detective skills and figure out what the net correct option was
It would
instead
have
of
been
just being
better.
told, that would have been much better.
But yes, Daybreak 2 is very divisive, especially Act 3,
Mm-hmm.
because Act 3 is just too much, too long,
Oh,
and inconsistent. That's,
Act 3 is
generally speaking, what people say about Daybreak 2 is it is amazing until it isn't.
yeah, yeah. It
Because
is up
you get
up
through the
until
intermission, that intermission, like,
oh my god, the fucking longest intermission of
oh
any
yes,
game. That
the
itself is just
up
Act 3.
to Act 3. It's a great game, great experience, and then just nosedive
Yeah, yeah.
to a certain
It is
extent.
so it feels so clear that they ran out of time.
Then it goes up at times during Act 3, because some of the routes they are fine, but like at the same time,
Yeah,
rushed.
yeah. Like what absolutely could have saved Act 3 is if what we were just talking about is if the time travel thing was more fleshed out
Yeah.
and it was like, all right, you know how to get the first two uh Genesis of the day. You need both to survive the attack by the Jaeger Corps.
Yep.
How you gonna do it? How you gonna get who you gonna send to where
Um,
to make sure this
um,
happens?
hmm, hmm. I'm going to take
Like
the one I have, put it in the copying machine, and say, ta-da, I have two now. No? Wrong answer? Damn it.
wrong answer. But the fact that like they just keep the Genesis, like okay, they really shouldn't. Like I
No.
understand letting us keep cords and equipment just for the sake of gameplay. The
Oh, we put it
Genesis we
in
should have
anyway.
to like we should absolutely have to have figured out be forced to figure out like and it could be there could be one right answer too and I still think it would have been better of who needs to go deal with the race, who needs to go deal with fucking
Ashen. That's the first.
Ashen. Yeah, who needs to go
I
deal
have
with
to think.
Ashen, who needs to go deal with the race.
Yep.
And like obviously Aaron has to go with Ashen. We'll say fucking
I mean, it would have been better if they just said, okay, now pick which one you're going with.
yeah.
Then you would
Or
just
hell,
have
make
said,
us
you'll have to replay the game and do it next time if you want to see that.
or yeah, or hell, just make us redo the fights.
Yeah.
Like skip the dialogue parts, just make us redo the boss fights. But like now you don't necessarily have your best team comp because you had to split them up to go to different parts.
True. A bit more just in general.
Yeah,
A bit
it's
more
like
involved. Well, that's the thing. It was a rushed game. It's sad. It was.
oh, and let's not forget the two biggest fucking warts on Daybreak 2. One of them being in Daybreak 1. How can we forget about the most competent martial artist, Gaolong?
No, we don't talk about him.
I think they and fucking Ashlad, right? That's Fairy's brother.
Yeah, no, that's Kasim
Cassian.
Al-Fayed. Who
Cassian
is
Alfayed.
the strongest Jaeger?
Who's the strongest anchor? Let's fucking ignore the fact that Ruker was alive for like a couple of months, 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and that like
But that's
Sarah's
also been
around, and
people
like
doing also
Sherry's
make a
still a
lot of
Jaeger
jokes about Kasim,
technically.
like with how he.
Oh
What,
yeah,
what did
Ashlad
he
was the
just
fucking
say?
church guy,
Yeah,
right?
Ashley is the church.
Yeah, fucking Ashlad was more interesting than those two.
Yes, incredibly more.
I'm like,
So is Nina,
you are
by the way,
going
but
to.
that's neither here nor there.
So was what?
So is Nina, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, Nina. Nina, infinitely more interesting. Because the entire time we're trying to figure out what the fuck is up with her,
Hmm.
and she's
And
the
then you
one.
get to know. And
Yeah,
then you
I
are
was
just
like,
left with 50 more questions wondering, why
it's
did
like,
you just
what do
stop?
you mean you're like the cleric of end times? What the fuck?
Yes, what do you mean you're the saint of the end times? Huh?
It's like, oh, goody. You being around and active is so fun.
Mhm. That sounds like it's going to go great in the future.
Oh my god! Speaking of the fact that we figure out who C is, and it's oh my god! It again, if the fact that he got that scene with Marielle is the only thing that saves the whole twist that Dingo was the Crimson Grundle. That is the only thing that saves that for me. It's like that one scene with Marielle's like, okay, this was worth it. This could have been so much better if it had more time, but it didn't, so it's not.
As I said, it is what it is.
I know. It's just
Sadly, like
Daybreak 2 had so much good going for it. It was
yeah,
coming off the back of, I think, hands down one of the best Trails games, period. And it
and
is just so frustrating how steep it dives
oh
off.
yeah, I would personally probably still put it in good though. Like it's good, but that's because the parts that are great are great. The parts that aren't.
Man, I don't know if I can put it in good. I think it's okay.
Mm,
I think this is our one okay game just because of how much
fair.
potential it had.
Too much potential that wasn't realized.
It wasn't realized, and they focus so much time on Gaolong when it's just he didn't need to be this fucking jacked up character.
Exactly.
He could have just been a fucking grunt
He could have
that what
been literally just skip
he could have been
out and say,
anybody.
"Hi, I am so." Oh, I am. Hmm. Interesting. We didn't need to hype him up for that.
Yeah, 1,000% he takes away from Sal's whole thing. One
But
thousand percent.
like,
I would have been so much more invested in like
I
Sal being Sal's like oh no
do
oh
not
shit.
mind that Sao has a brother at least. Like that's perfectly. That is
Yeah,
perfect.
Sal having a
It's
brother,
perfect
Hayway having some like internal conflict
that
because of
Sao
everything that
goes.
happened a
I'm
few months ago.
leaving the new family in command of my brother. That's also perfectly fine. That is Sao.
That's
Sao
awesome.
does that. Like,
Stop stroking his dick.
yes, exactly.
Like
Like,
I'm sorry,
focus
you
on Sao,
cannot
not this new, stupid,
again
useless character.
introduce Gaolong in Daybreak One.
Yeah, that would have worked better.
I he
Like, more
if he was like a
time.
big yeah if he not even more time power scaling
Mm,
because you cannot look me in the face
And say
and
we've
tell
never heard
me,
of this
get
person before.
we never heard of this person before. Galmong and I almost called him Ashlan again. Galmong and Kasim
Mm.
are stronger than Dantes, than everything that happened in Pandemonium, than Melchior, than Olympia, than the fucking demon living inside of Van that they pushed back and subdued at the end of the first game. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit how fucking like uh, the fucking Pulley from Dr. Stone here, strongest primate high schooler or whatever the fuck his title wants to be, that this guy is. You cannot tell me he is stronger than all of that.
The
That these
only
guys both
character,
all handed their ass.
the only character from Daybreak that people allow to be extremely power scaled and broken is Shizu. We don't need more.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
not
sorry, same
on
with
this power
Kasim.
creep.
Same with Kasim. You cannot tell me you take his fucking weapon away, he's not like any other fucking Jaeger.
Yeah,
You cannot tell me that. Like he's incredibly.
he
If he was
just
like the
needs
most
more
battle
time
hardened
and
Jaeger,
like
if he was like the
Kasim
if
Tech
he was the
just needs more context. Like I can
sure,
believe it, but give me some context as to why.
like show me something other than my dick is huge, my weapon is bigger,
Hmm.
I am the strongest known because people say I am. 'Cause again, I'm sorry,
Because I got
we
paid a lot of money from Marduk.
because Marduk gives me a big weapon that makes me feel good. I'm sorry, and if he wasn't not like, oh, he's just the
Show
most
once more.
powerful Gengar, tell me he's like the most battle hardened. Like tell me he is like one of the best tacticians any Jaeger Corps has seen. I will believe that. I will get that. But if you tell
It's
me
more
he's
of
stronger
the
than
we need to
Sarah,
show. It's, as I said, more showing, less telling.
yes, exactly. I, oh my god, I want him and Sarah to fight. I want to see her ground him into paste.
Mm. Or Shirley can make a comeback.
Or Shirley, fucking bring Shirley. Fucking Randy, he's an ex Jaeger. Randy, 1000% wipes
I
the
mean,
floor with
that's
them.
why
I
I mentioned
fully
Shirley,
believe that.
because I mean, hey, Ouroboros was at least on the wrong side.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
I just about Ouroboros, I still don't believe Ouroboros to necessarily be an evil organization after so many games we've gone through. Um,
I mean, I
there's a
think,
lot of shitty people in it, yes.
yeah.
I still think the Grandmaster is some aspect of ADOS. Like,
I will.
no doubt in my mind.
Oh, really? Thank you for the bits, she. And yes, we are giant nerds. We
We are
talk
giant
about a
nerds.
game series for 3.5 hours.
Like, in my mind, there's no doubt that the Grandmaster ADOS or some form of her. Purely because
Oh,
of all the different
I
small clues we've gotten.
I can jive with that theory. Okay,
Because, like,
I can jive with that.
if we look at some of the like hidden scenes and stuff that we've gotten, like Cold Steel 4 has a post-credit scene. The first time we get to see the Grandmaster, uh, we get to learn that their objective, they don't care about the Septarian. Like Ouroboros, literally, they don't care what happens. They only want to see what does humanity do with the Septarian.
Yeah,
Their whole goal is literally just make the Septarian appear or happen.
yeah,
It doesn't matter if it's on the good side or the evil side. Whomever wants it to appear, those are the people we help.
yeah.
So it's small things like that make me go like everything I get to know is more like I believe. Thank you for the gifted sub. by the way.
Thank you, she. You do not have to do
Yeah.
that, but thank you.
Like, everything about that makes me think that it is the goddess herself. And that's also why she just brings a collection of weird, slightly evil people to go like, no, no, I can fix them. They deserve a second chance.
I I would I jive with the theory, but I would be more willing to believe it if people like Harwood and right
I mean,
Norton is the professor.
Novartis.
Novartis. Nor the company Norton's just as evil.
Mm.
But Novartis, they're objectively evil. Like if they were more morally
Yeah.
ambiguous,
Uh, I mean,
oh my god, I'm Azure Diva
Vita,
Vita.
Vita
If they were more
Clifford.
morally ambiguous like her, I would be more willing to
Fair.
believe it. Also, if McBurn just wasn't there, like an actual demon that more may or may not have taken over the body of Professor Epstein.
I do not believe that much. No.
I I want to believe it, especially now, just in case Agnes ever does run into McBurn, and she'd be like, "Grandpa,
Mm.
why are you
I'm
like
not
my age?"
on that specific theory, but I do have the Grandmaster's ADOs for some reason. And then we can also
It,
get into not
so,
now. It's
get
been
into
three and a
what?
half hours. A lot of the imagery of Ouroboros.
Oh yeah,
Like, I mean, Ouroboros is a specific thing
yeah.
in our
Or the
mythology as
fact
well.
they're called Ouroboros is very specific.
Hmm. Which is, its own little thing we can discuss for hours on
Yeah.
end.
Oh my, that's a whole that's a stream in by itself.
Yes.
Oh my god. Not anytime soon. Maybe I'll make it another follower goal once we get through the current ones. But you and I just fucking corkboard and red stringing who we think the Grandmaster is.
True. That could be a thing.
Um, but I will say one thing I fucking love about Daybreak 2 is everything to do with the main cast itself. Like
Yep.
all of like the actual moments they get,
The moments they get, the connection events,
the connection events, the
especially the
like
ones with Katra. Um,
especially the ones with Katra and Elaine. Um, and again, how they handle I talked about it at length during the parts where we were playing through it. How they handled Katra being Katra,
yep,
I think was so fucking well done. I don't think
I
it was
agree.
perfect, but I think it was so fucking well done.
Very well
Uh,
done for being what it is.
yes,
Because we also have to
um,
remember it's a Japanese game. These developers,
yes,
they have
yes.
very different views as well. Like,
Yes, I was trying to figure out a nice way of saying like, especially from a developer in a country where normally these kind of topics are not typically handled great
exactly.
on a larger scale. There's definitely instances where they are, this being one of them. uh just full of itself. She, I love you so much for that joke. I love you so much for that joke.
Yes, that's true.
um but they did not handle it sloppily.
No,
Like, I think there
it
was
was,
more they could have done, but they actually like it was very clear that they showed,
they showed respect towards,
yeah, they showed like they actually like understood to a degree understood. um
they made an attempt,
uh
a very
yeah,
good attempt at
yeah, like
understanding and representing it in a way that
yes.
didn't feel.
Again, I would absolutely love to listen to um someone who's some and like someone who is intersex. I would love to listen to their opinion on it,
Yep.
because like there's like there's only there's only so much we can understand without being like the you know what I mean.
Yep.
Like I would actually really love to hear an intersex person's view on that.
Yeah, someone who has
But
more understanding and insight in specific something
yes,
that is more closely aligned to what culture is meant to be. I agree.
yes, yeah.
Now let's find someone who can tell about how Reset is. Oh wait, gonna be slightly
Well,
harder.
it might be
Well,
well, it might be someone in the call. Reset's a little transcoded, a
I mean,
little bit,
fair.
like whole, not the right body, not like feeling disconnected. Like she's a little transcoded.
I do like Reset a lot purely
Yeah,
because she
like
isn't the typical AI character or like robot.
yes, girl has feelings. She has like she's analytical as hell. She's not purely
I
analytical.
love that
Like
she is already like in tune with like I know what a human is.
yeah, yeah. She's like
Like
I
she already
was
has the
one.
humanity.
Yeah,
I was one. I know this.
yeah,
It's just I
yeah,
am now completely out of like my depths because I do not know what is real, what is me. She's more struggling with her self-worth and like her
yeah,
understanding of the world in her new body rather than the traditional
yeah,
I need to learn how to be human. Like, thank you, something new
yeah,
for once.
yeah. And she also had one of the hottest intros of any character, but that's besides the point.
One of the best, I will give you that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Whew, make me fall in love with a character that fast, huh? Yeah, it's like that. Question is, I've never played a Trails game. Ooh, what's the best one that would be? Ooh,
uh, okay, the best one to start with, I guess, from this list, as we great, we both started with Cold Steel, and look where we
mm-hmm,
are.
mm-hmm.
Sky
You
first
have
chapter is also great because it's the start of the series, but it's also getting a
yeah,
remake later. Daybreak is a good starting point. Maybe not as good as Cold Steel or Sea, but
right.
mm,
You essentially have three eras to work through. It's Sky FC is like Frosty said is like the very beginning. If you want to see the evolution of the entire series, start from there. If you want to go for the more modern approach, Cold Steel is for the most part its own self-contained. The Cold Steel 1 through 4 or for mostly self-contained. You can play those four by themselves, piece it all together. Daybreak, fresh start for the series. Like if you
yep.
want the most modern ones, play Daybreak 1 and 2. There's callbacks to previous things in the franchise, not required.
Fully
Um,
agree.
Daybreaks
Zero can
are,
also be
are
one, but Zero is also
uh,
sometimes a
yeah,
bit too
zero,
callbacky to
yeah,
other events.
zero
So,
ties into the three Sky games a lot more than later titles.
however,
Honestly, there's no wrong answer. I do know the Sky games fairly cheap. I think each one's like $20,
yeah, and
if
on
that.
key shops they can be even cheaper
Yeah,
if you go with key shops.
yeah. They've also been around for a long time, so there might be
So they run on
other ways to
everything.
get them.
Um,
Yeah, there might be other ways to get them.
if you have questions, you know probably where to find one of us
Mhm.
somehow.
Yeah, like really, just go back, listen to the entire VOD.
Do you want
Uh,
the full novel now, or
I pick up, just find one of the random novels, start reading those
yeah?
because there's in game novels, like full in game novels you can read, that are all important too. and that's not a joke. All right, but yeah, you go sleep. You go sleep. It's like same time as Frosty, which we'll wrap up soon for you,
Oh,
Frosty, because I'm sure you want to go to
it's
bed.
apparently you won. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. We've been going for 3 hours 42 minutes.
Yay, fun.
Well, honestly,
Okay.
a this is longer and shorter than I thought we would go. I thought we
Yeah,
would be.
fair.
I figured we would either be done like an hour ago, or we would be
Sleep is.
maybe getting to Cold Steel 3 by now.
I mean, yeah. I would say it's surprising how much we can talk about things. Sleep
Yeah,
well.
sleep well, she. You get some good sleep.
So, Daybreak 2. I guess we put
Daybreak
an
2.
okay then. I will give
Yeah,
us about 15 minutes of a time limit. We can
I
get.
know we're gonna wrap up soon. I'm actually gonna say because I keep thinking about like all the moments with Fairy
Yeah,
and like Fairy's whole thing where we had to revisit
so
that
I guess
section
good
with
is fine.
like there's
Low
so
good,
many
but
character moments that hard carry the rest of Cold Steel or Daybreak 2 for me. So I'm like,
that's fair.
I'm willing to leave okay completely blank, put everything else good or above besides
It's also more
Skyward.
funny that way.
It's also much more funny that way. You were absolutely right. All right. But now, um, I know you want to go to sleep, so I'm just gonna ask you real quickly. So first off, for anybody that just wanted to know my opinion and don't care about Frosty, first off, how dare you? Love him. He's amazing. This is my standings. Some of these might like each individual tier might move back and forth depending on the day. Like at Daybreak might go in front of Azure, might go in front of Cold Steel, stuff like
Yeah,
that. More or less how I generally feel about all the games.
I think we both
Where
are pretty much in agreement.
Now, Frosty, you said you played a fan translation
Yep,
of
I played the
Horizon?
fan translation of Horizon. It was maybe in a slightly rough state, but I, I mean, the story was
With
at least translated with a lot of grammar errors.
yeah. I mean not everybody can be the Geofront.
Yeah, that's true.
Where give your opinions as much as you can without spoiling, and as much
I
as you want to because you want to go to bed. Where would you
would
put Horizon?
probably put it in a lower almost perfect.
Really?
Yes. Because
Okay.
I mean, it's more of Daybreak. It's more of it's more of the Daybreak cast. It's more of like, as we've seen from the trailers, you've seen that hello, Reen is back. Like it's
Mhm.
back to Reverie, but more focused,
Okay.
kinda.
Okay.
It's going to be root based. That's like we expected this from like seeing, Reen, Kevin,
Yeah,
Van.
we
Like
see
we
Reen and
can't have
Kevin
them
and yeah.
all in one thing. Like
Yeah.
that's just too would have been so fractured and no one would understand.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of lore that will be expanded. That's all I'll say. Which to
Ooh,
me
okay.
makes it go up to almost perfect because of
Okay.
small world building
Yeah, I want
lore
that world
interaction
building
stuff.
shit. Now I have one question
Yep.
that I don't know if I want answered. It's not like a major spoiler, but it would either make me very, very happy or very, very sad.
Uh,
Can you guess what it is?
I would assume that you're going to ask Slytherin, isn't it? Is Laura going to make an?
Yes.
You will be very, very sad.
What? What's the fucking point? Goodbye. Bullshit.
However, Reen is here, you will get your fee.
Yeah. Always be happy with feedback.
So
But I'm just saying, if
you get
Fia and Rena are there,
the
where's
second
Laura? And I'm just saying, it's his wife, it's her best friend. Where's my girl?
best. Exactly.
I'm just
That,
saying. I'm
that's the
just saying.
important things. No one cares about.
No one cares about our wives and husbands.
Well, that's, I guess, the full tier list from us.
That is the
The only correct
full,
tier list.
the only correct tier list. You see anything else online, they are
It's wrong. They're
dumb.
wrong. They are just they haven't done the research.
They're not
They've
true
not
fans. They're fake
exactly.
fans. They actually
Disregard
hate
the
the
fact that we haven't played
series.
Nayuta, but I'll get there. For
Yeah, Night
we've been
Night has
before
not
the
main story. Night has not main story. We don't have to worry about it.
allegedly,
Allegedly.
if we trust Kondo.
I think we can. I think we can.
Sometimes.
Again, my tier list, Frosty's tier list. Only difference.
Yep.
But all right, I'm gonna let you go so you can go
Yep.
sleep.
Have a great evening.
You have a good night.
I will.
I will. I will talk to you later. Bye, buddy.
Yes. Bye bye.
Let me just get back to that. There we go. Fucking believe that guy putting Cold Steel 2 in good? Nah, fuck it. It's up there. We know the right answer. No. I'll concede. I'll concede. But Sky the Third actually is peak. I didn't want to break his heart by thinking our opinions diverged that much. Even as a bit. Even as a bit, I can't. Even as a bit, I can't say that. Alright, Evergreens. That was a ton of fun. I'm gonna have to find other tier lists to do with friends because that was actually like a lot and lot of fun. Fucking taking notes. Actually, streaming with Frosty is a ton of fun. Yeah, who would have known? Who could have guessed it? Who could have ever guessed that? Um, we only we only have like roughly 1.5 playthroughs, 1 3/4 playthrough. I already said we'll think about that for follower goal after we get through the current ones. Which I fucking forget. Hold on. Let's commands. Here we go. Which we have Chaotic Stream 80. I think I'm gonna change that. Oh right, I have to play Mighty Number 9. Fuck. I don't. Maybe don't follow me. Yeah, maybe. How many followers are we at right now? Maybe 70 followers is enough. You know, maybe. Also, I feel like that's one short, but whatever. Um, maybe 70 followers is enough. We don't have to get to me. 300. Send me the link. I gotta take a look at that. Um, we don't have to make me play Mighty Number 9. We don't have to. I really don't want to. God, but yeah, be sure to follow if you're not. If you want to just see me cry for like, I think it's like a 4 hour game, if that. Oh, Mighty Number 9. Oh, Mighty Number 9, you hurt me. But yeah, we are back tomorrow. I think around 3 p.m. Eastern. I have to check. For what I'm hoping is the last hunt for Raydal. Totally correct. Rails game tier list. Download image. Just save that in pictures for now. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow for Hunting Rain Down with almost a Frosty with Thermo. And I believe Dozer said he would tag along. I'm not 100% certain on that, but we'll find out tomorrow. Y'all take care. Have a good whatever time zone. And again, for anybody that donated, followed, gave biddies, all that kind of stuff, appreciated. Thank you so much. Again, Tilify link, and exclamation point. Rarity. I really should. I'll probably post something. I'll pin it somewhere, probably on my Blue Sky. But yeah, remember to donate. You have some amazing dono goals for all that. Love you all so much. And as always, stay smart, stay loved, and especially right now, stay safe.